Good evening and welcome to the Robinson Sports Network. I'm Chris Gay. This is Coach Up. And Coach, I know you guys are coming off another win. You guys coming into this last regular season game undefeated. And I know that's really important to be at this point, but I know it's really important for these seniors. This is their last regular season game. And, you know, I know there's probably a lot of emotions that are running high right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we just actually finished a little senior dinner right before this and just sitting around listening to them talk. There's guys like Caleb Smith, Tank Reese, Lennox Campos, who have been in this program since the sixth grade or before that, and you just kind of start to reflect on who they are as a person and then how they've grown as an athlete and a person. And so it's going to be tough when those kids are gone one day, just because they're great kids and they're just a joy to be around. This senior class has been such a blessing for me as a first-year head coach. Obviously, there's only about 13 of them, and so I actually think the small class as a first year kind of helps because I can really just spend time with them and really, talk about what my vision for the program is going forward. And, I think they like the change. Change is not always bad, and I think they've just been great for me and a great support.
Now, is there anything, I know some coaches will do something special. I know this is, definitely a tough game you guys have against Maumelle, but is it going to be like all your captains are going to be all the senior, and is there anything special that's going to be done?
Yeah, I mean, we'll send, they'll only let us send 4 out there, but we'll put the rest of them behind them. And just, we did, like I said, did this dinner tonight just so they could kind of, have a meal together, had them write some thank you cards to their parents or their loved ones, whoever's walking them or hasn't had an impact in their life. I had Damon Sally, I think, wrote, like 7 of the things. But it's just the people in their lives that, have helped them through this journey, because I think it's important for them to, reflect and just say thank you, even if it's just a simple thanks for taking me to practice or thanks for, making sure I had my cleats in the car when I was leaving. But, just little things like that. We're hoping we got plenty of football left to play so we can do some other reflection a little later.
Now, let's go briefly back on the Pine Bluff game. I know you guys defensively, that was one heck of a showing, allowing just a goose egg. But it seemed like, and I know I wasn't there, but I got to kind of read an overview of the game or a recap. It seemed like it was the Trey Petty show.
Yeah, no, Trey had a great game. Had 2 touchdowns, which is big for him and his confidence. And we've kind of just been waiting for guys like him and Braylon Brown to just kind of break out. Some of that's just getting them the football, and there's some frustration there at times because, we'll tell them all we can do is call the play. It's Reese's job to get it to who's open. And Trey did a great job when he had the ball in his hands. That first touchdown catch, it's just him being who we've tried to just, hammer home who he is, just a big physical football player because he can do it in the backfield, he can do it out at receiver. And then that second one was just a phenomenal catch on a good ball from Reese, but it took a lot of, concentration, and he made a great catch. So really happy for him to have a little bit of a breakout game because offensively it wasn't just pretty the whole night. Deuce got his 2 or 3 scores. But, we were really trying not to use Deuce just a whole lot because he is a little banged up. But we had to lean on him probably a little more than we wanted to. But that's credit to Pine Bluff. Offensively they're struggling, but they're always going to play good defense and fly around.
Now let's talk about this coming game. I know this is a rivalry matchup, and I know there's, obviously there's the personal connection to their coaching staff. Brian Maupin is their head coach. I know he has, a deep connection to this school, being a coach during some of the really, the title runs that you guys had just a few years ago. So whenever you're approaching a game like this, where you're up against a guy that you worked with for a long time, kind of what's going through your mind when you're on the opposite sideline?
Yeah, I think you really just have to take that out of it. Mop and I worked together, I guess, for 12, 13 years. We spent a lot of time building the foundation of what we have now, whether it was repainting the old field house or, redoing the weights. We spent so much time together at a young age, probably a little too much if you ask our wives, but there is a special connection there. But at the end of the day, it's about football. And I knowing Brian Maupin as well as I do, he wants to win just as bad as anybody. So, it's a huge game. It's for the 1 seed. And for us, it's just we got to keep playing good football. And if we don't, they're gonna sneak up and get us. So it's been locked in, focused on Maumelle, and nothing more than that.
So I know you said nothing more than that, but I got to try to see if there's something here. Josiah is going up against his old team, and I think his is it cousin that's still the quarterback there, Levi Warrior, and he's an outstanding player himself. But kind of what's his kind of thought? Have you even paid attention? Has he even shared any kind of what his mindset is heading into this matchup?
I've honestly, and it's kind of how we handled PA with Jackson, tried not to make it a big deal because I'm sure it is for him at some level, and so I don't want to make it any bigger than it has to be for him. Josiah is usually a very level-headed person and very confident in who he is. So I don't feel like there's any, need on my end to make it, any bigger than it has to be, because I'm sure it is a big deal for him mentally. I just want him to go out there and play well. I'm sure there is a little added incentive having a family member across the way, and obviously he played with most of those guys last year. So I just, for us, it's just Josiah go out there and, act like it's Cersei or BB or anybody else and just go compete, and I have no doubt that he'll do that.
Let's talk about the Hornets a little bit. We mentioned their quarterback, but they also have, I think it's Jacob Henry that's on the defensive side, and he's an animal. He's hard to contain. Tell me a little bit about what we should expect to see from them on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, offensively, obviously, the quarterback has done a great job this year. He's developed really well. You can see the growth. So that's a credit to him and their coaching staff. They're going to throw it around quite a bit. They've had a lot of success with that. They did run it pretty well against Cersei, but they've primarily been through the air, and they've done good things with it. They've got another receiver, number 4, who's very athletic and can go up and get the football. And then the Hampton kid's pretty good out there as well. And then Henry on offense, they're going to move him all over. He's kind of a lot of the ways how we use Deuce, and so we've got to contain him and know where he's at all times. And then up front, they do a pretty good job. So our defensive line and linebackers in the box have to do a really good job in the run game, and in the secondary, it's going to be all about communication and having great eyes. If we can do that, we feel good about it. But if you don't, they're going to make you pay for it.
Now, you guys obviously you have the hold on the number 1 spot in the conference, but it's I think it's a tie between Cersei and Maumelle for second. And does that kind of, I don't want to say worry, but tell me a little bit about, you're going up against the number 2 team in the conference, and obviously you're playing to win, but can you tell me about maybe the difference in the standings between you and Maumelle?
Yeah, I actually had a reporter ask earlier about this, but I'm not 100% sure what all the tiebreakers are. I know if we're in a perfect triangle with 3 of us, it'll go to total points, which we should be fine there. Just because right now we have 13 more than anybody else. So worst case, we're the 2 seed if we lose and it's by a certain amount of points, or if we're to lose and Cersei were to lose, then it takes away that perfect triangle. But our whole message since Sunday has just been, don't worry about any of the, perfect triangle or head-to-heads. Let's just go win and take all that out of it. We were in a pretty similar situation last year with Maumelle where we had to go out and win, and I thought our kids did a really good job of competing. The one thing I've noticed about this group is they like a challenge. They enjoy others talking. Cersei was very vocal when they were winning, and I think that kind of triggered them a little bit. But we also can't have a Cersei where we come out in the first half and just flat, or otherwise we're probably going to be flirting with that 2 seed. And, that's fine. We're in the playoffs. That's what I told the kids. Worst case, at the end of the day, we're in the playoffs. But it would sure be nice to be that 1 seed and just be here for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and I think it's you guys, and I want to say Greenbrier. You guys are both the lone teams in all of 5A that are undefeated, which, that's pretty elite company considering you got teams like Lakeside and Parkview also and other conferences. But, like you said, you're in the playoffs regardless of what happens. Are there any teams that you're kind of keeping an eye out for, a potential first-round matchup?
I know we're looking. Obviously, we're matched up with the South, and it's kind of a jumbled mess too, just like ours is with the top 3. And then Camden can work their way in there and make it a little more messy. if they were to win Friday night or Thursday night, whenever they play Parkview, and then if Lakeside were to beat Hot Springs, it just jumbles everything. So, we figure we're probably going to get any one of those four. If we're the one, more than likely we're probably getting Camden. But right now we're just kind of focused on Maumelle, and then whoever it is, they'll come here and we'll have to figure it out.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much, and we're going to send it right back to the field.
Good evening and welcome to the Robinson Sports Network, presented by First Community Bank and by UAMS Ortho Now. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here at Charlie George Stadium for the regular season finale in senior night. I'm Chris Gay, your play-by-play announcer. This is Will Stafford, your color announcer. We are so excited to be joining you here tonight, as it is a rivalry matchup between your Joe T. Robinson Senators and the Hornets of Maumelle High School. And Will, again, I'm excited for this game. I know everybody on both sides have had this game marked on their calendars since the first week of the season.
It's been a giant yellow circle and a giant yellow highlighter. Man, neither of us can speak right now.
No.
But it's been a giant marker on the calendar, because this is one of the most classic rivalries you can get here in Central Arkansas. This is a very, very historied rivalry as well, especially in recent years. Both teams have been very dominant in their in the 5A Central Conference. So this is going to be a very, very exciting game, because we have a lot of connections to go around, especially as well with senior night.
Absolutely. And, looking at the season so far for both of these teams, Maumelle coming into this 6-3 overall, 5-1 in the 5A Central. Your Joe T. Robinson Senators still with a perfect undefeated record, 6-0 in conference, 9-0 overall. They are the top team in all of 5A and have been since probably week 3 or 4. I mean, they're one of 2 undefeated teams left in all of 5A. Of course, it was Searcy as well, but they knocked them off a couple of weeks ago. Your Senators coming off a big win against Pine Bluff here at home, a 35-0 victory over the Zebras, which officially knocked them out of playoff contention. And then, of course, the Hornets. We were talking about it. The Hornets are really playing for that number 2 spot, but it's kind of going over my head. Can you tell us a little bit about the playoff and, where teams could stand? Because, Searcy, 1 loss in conference play, Maumelle 1 loss in conference play, and then BB is sneaking up, and they could even, you said, take the 3rd seed.
Yeah, so we know 100% what the first at least 3 seeds are, possibly 3 of the first 4.
Yeah.
It's going to be Robinson, Maumelle, and Searcy. They are confirmed for playoffs no matter what, right? You're looking at, currently, going into this game, you have Robinson at number 1. It's hard not to be when you're the only undefeated team left in your conference. But then there's also Maumelle, and then there's Searcy. Now, this is where it gets a little bit confusing, because Robinson, with a win, will confirm the number 1 seed going into the playoffs next week, which will confirm complete home field advantage until the state championship,
right,
should they make that.
Yep.
Then there's Maumelle. If Maumelle wins tonight and Searcy loses, Maumelle takes the number 1 spot. Now, Maumelle is, Searcy's playing BB tonight, so that's going to be very interesting, because if Searcy cannot claim Searcy can't claim the 1 seed at all.
No.
This is not possible, because Robinson is confirmed for the number 1 or number 2 seed, but and it's because of that loss to Robinson earlier in the year. But if, as I said, they were playing BB tonight, so if Searcy loses to BB, BB actually takes that number 3 spot.
Right.
And, depending on how everything shakes up tonight across in these couple games. But Searcy could get pushed down to the 4 spot, which is a dangerous position to be in the 5A.
Yeah.
Because you have the chance of going up against a Greenbrier, which is very, very terrifying no matter who you are. A Hot Springs, like anything like that. So very scary to be a number 4 seed. It's going to be interesting because most everything rides on this game. Because Maumelle and Robinson are 2 of the top 3 teams in the conference, whoever wins this game basically decides the rest of the field. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a scary game, I think, for me, but I'm very, very excited for it.
Absolutely, and of course it's senior night as the football players already got honored. But there are 13 seniors on this Senator roster, and of course, while we have a second, I'll go ahead and shout them out. Of course, the guy that's been here as a 4-year starter, Tank Reese. This is his last regular season game, and hopefully not his last game here at Charlie George Stadium of his high school career. He's going to go on and do some great things playing college football. It's just a matter of where he ends up. Then Deuce Williams, another great player, only been with the Senators for 2 seasons. He's a senior, his last regular season game of his high school career. He's going to go play football. He's got to get some more offers, in my opinion. Teams need to, actually open their eyes and look at the guy.
That's a superstar.
Well, first of all, we also look, he's 13th in the state in rushing yards. 13th in the state. Number 2 player in the conference in rushing yards behind Curtis Goodrich of Beebe. But then let's see who else we have. We have Damon Sally, the Little Rock Southwest transfer. He's been a great safety this season. Aaron McAdory, who's moving from let me see. Hold on. Let's see if I can actually pronounce the name of the high school that he went to in Hawaii.
Hey-o.
I have not. Did you just say it or
no?
Oh, I thought. Okay. All right. Here, let's see. Moanalua. Oh, that sounds right.
That sounds about right.
In Honolulu. All right, that sounds right. So he's a transfer from Moanalua High School in Honolulu, and he's been a really solid contributor. Then Jackson Redmond, one of the top transfers during the offseason, coming over from nearby Pulaski Academy. And now he is going to, of course, play college football at Northwest Missouri State. Excited to see him succeed there. Then Lennox Campos, number 15. He's got a college future, in my opinion. Of course, his brother's already playing college football at Southern Nazarene in Oklahoma, and he's been one heck of a guy to come off the edge. Then Josiah Warrior Benson, transferred from Maumelle, CAC before that, but he's been a fantastic receiver, number 2 on the team in receiving yards. I think he's got 5 touchdowns on the year as well. He's been a fantastic, and of course, he's really surprised us with his ability to play on the defensive side of the ball. So he has been an excellent addition, and of course, he's going to be a UCA Bear next year, so we're excited to see how he does 30 minutes down the road. Then Caleb Smith, who only had 11 tackles all of last season. Let me see if I can get the actual number before I start guessing. Oh, that's right, 41. He has 41 tackles this year, 15 and a half tackles for loss, 5 sacks. He has more tackles for loss this season than he had tackles all of last year. He's definitely been the most improved player on this team. And, heck, I'm probably just going to say all these guys have college football futures, but he's a guy that's been clutch. Then Josh Gillette, he's been mostly a reserve corner, reserve defensive back, but I've been noticing he's been making some plays, especially on special teams here lately. Let's see, I've kind of lost my place here. Then there's Trenton Coleman, who really hasn't played much this year, was hurt for most of the season as far as I could tell, but really made some plays, reserve time last season. I remember he got a big-time interception in that big victory against Jacksonville last season. Then Elijah Green, he's a 5'7" wide receiver. Haven't really called his name much this year. Hopefully we can kind of get a good idea of what he does here tonight. Then we got C.J. Bryant. So he's been at least a 3-year starter on this offensive line, playing a lot of guard. He's been a huge part of this rushing attack that we've seen. Of course, he's a great pass blocker as well, because Reese Simpson usually walks away unscathed from these games. Then we got Dominio Batterson. It's going to be sad to see him go, but he's going to be going on to Tulsa. So, of course, just 2 years with the Senators, but he's a guy that you cannot stop on that D-line, and it is hard to go around him on that O-line. Yeah, that's all the seniors. So that is a really good group of seniors.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
Yeah, it was a fantastic group. And, of course, if you listen to the coach's show, Coach Up talked about how much those seniors meant to him, especially a guy like Tank Reese. Been with them for 4 years. Of course, Updegrove has been here for 14 years. Now 15 years now. So, a good portion of that time. And, of course, most of these guys, sure, they were, high school for 4 years, but they all know each other back in middle school, as it is, as you can see.
Raining leaves.
Yeah, it's raining leaves. Good thing it's not crickets here tonight. But, so it has been a beautiful evening here at Charlie George Stadium. It's nice and cool. Gotta love it. This is the perfect football weather. And, Will, let's go back to the game. And we're going to talk about this a number of times tonight. But Josiah Warrior Benson, one of the seniors who we hope has a great game, and I think he will. He's going up, of course, he's playing against his old team, but he's playing against
some cousins.
Some cousins. Levi Warrior, the star quarterback for the Hornets, who has had an amazing year, 23 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions, 2 rushing touchdowns. He's been fantastic. Of course, threw 37 passes against Jacksonville recently.
Unreal.
And 396 passing yards and 5 touchdowns. I think the 396 is a Maumelle passing record. So he's been great in just his second season as a starter. And then Isaac Warrior, the freshman wide receiver, has 119 receiving yards on about 11 yards a catch and 1 touchdown. So he's had a great season as well. So what do you think? We were talking to Josiah's mom just a moment ago, and, the game is obviously personal.
Yeah, it is. I asked, shout out to Miss Tasha Warrior Pope, but, I asked her how Josiah specifically is feeling. This is exciting for him because, again, as we said, this is his old team. Yep. But again, playing against your cousins has to be fun. You grow up tackling each other in the front yard of your grandma's house or wherever it may be. And we asked his grandpa, or his grandpa spoke up, I should say, and said, if you're on the defensive side, what are you going to do? And Josiah said, I might pick him up a little bit. I'm not going to hurt him too bad. It's going to be really fun to watch because, Josiah has been getting a lot more targets as of late from Reese Simpson. Him and Hakeem Frampton have been kind of the guys outside of Deuce Williams. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how many times they try and set up some of these plays for Josiah. But it's going to be a really exciting game because it's very different to go up against your old team. You don't feel like you have a vendetta against them, but you want to show, like, I'm better than you guys. Well,
here's what you're missing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're missing out on me, and I'm going to show you why. And I'm very excited to see how well Josiah does tonight.
Well, he's done exceptionally well recently. Of course, against Searcy, he had that 1 touchdown in that second half that really spurred a big-time run, which really got the Senators back into that game. And, of course, I know Pine Bluff was a big win, and I know they rode the momentum that they had in the second half against Searcy, but, that was the last game that you and I did together, and, man, that was one heck of a game. I mean, just looking at the score progression throughout the quarter and the second half, and it was like, man.
I think I lost some years off my life off that game.
I know. We were both kind of lacking energy in that first half. Then going into the halftime, we're like, well, we hope they can, string together something and work their way back into this. No, they soared back into the game, and we're hoping maybe they don't, get punched in the mouth as hard in the first half tonight. But an exciting game like that is probably what's in store for this evening.
Yeah, and I do want to. Speaking of Josiah and things like that, if you follow any of these guys on Instagram or anything like that, any of the players, you're going to see a lot of them posting about Tweakerville. Now, this is a nickname that they gave. It's a nickname they gave themselves.
Yeah.
And the way Josiah describes it, it means that we just come with a different energy. No matter who you are or who you play for, our energy will always be higher and better than yours. And that's a really fun way of thinking about it. It might be to many, it might be a really goofy name, but that's the type of energy you have to have coming into a game like this, where this is a very major game. This has a heavy playoff implication. Mm-hmm. This is this is a fight for the 1 seed right now. Like, that's all this is. So this is going to be very exciting. I'm all in on Tweakerville today, but very, very exciting, especially now that, senior night has concluded, not fully, obviously, but all seniors have been, what's the word I'm looking for?
Honored.
Honored, thank you. I couldn't come up with the word honored. That's pretty impressive, but very, very exciting tonight, and it's beautiful outside tonight.
Yeah, it feels great. Of course, it gets dark at like 4 o'clock now, but it feels great. It's definitely not as cold as it has been. Of course, it's not blazing hot, which it better not be in November, but we're going to take a second for the national anthem, and we'll be right back with more Senator football, and we'll get to watch them race out of the tunnel here in just a moment. We are just about ready for those Senators to come running back out onto the field for the last regular season contest of the season for both the Senators and the Hornets in a game that, of course, both of these teams are guaranteed to go to the playoffs, but this is a game all about seeding. You want home field advantage, and that is exactly what the Senators are hoping for tonight. And Will, to get that, who do you think your X factors are in this game?
I know one answer. The obvious answer for Robinson specifically is Deuce Williams.
Oh, really?
I
did never expect that.
It's
goodness.
crazy. And I'll do offensive and defensive kind of. But, I mean, obviously with Deuce Williams, you know on a nightly basis what you're going to get. And even in the Searcy game where he had a rough first half, a rough start where stopped behind the line, tackled for loss multiple times, which is not normal for Deuce Williams. He's normally very good past contact. Obviously, Deuce Williams is going to be the answer on offense. You need to make sure that you can get him going, and then that'll allow Reese Simpson to kind of get a little more calm, agents in his system to be like, okay, we're driving down the field, now I can do something. Defensive end, man, I think I have to go with Caleb Smith. I think Caleb Smith has been the most clutch player on this entire team all year, both defensive and offensive end. And it's just one of those things that Caleb Smith, if he gets going, I mean, the kid's not stoppable. He is going to hunt for the ball at all times. I think another thing that Robinson really needs to focus on tonight is going to be pressuring Levi Warrior. Levi Warrior has been unbelievable this season, as you were talking about. Last against Jacksonville, 5 touchdowns, 37 passes, which is unbelievable for a high school football quarterback, right? Yeah. But you need to be able to pressure him as much as possible, because at the end of the day, if you can get if you can get pressure on Levi Warrior, he's going to be forced to scramble, and I believe that the defensive line for Robinson is going to be able to overpower that scramble, and Levi Warrior is not going to be able to find a lot of space. On the Maumelle side, Levi Warrior just has to be on. And if Levi Warrior is on, then Robinson is in trouble because Levi Warrior is the X factor for this Maumelle team.
And we saw what Jacob Miles did in that first half of that Searcy game, and he was hard to stop. He was cutting up that defense.
Absolutely. And it took one of the things that I've noticed about Robinson and the coaching staff specifically is that the coaching staff kind of has to get some footing under them for a second. Give them a quarter or two to understand what the opposing team is bringing to the table, and they've been very good all year at adapting and overcoming certain aspects of the game that the other team is like bringing for the first time almost. And that you saw that in that Searcy game. The bounce back was unbelievable, and I think a lot of it had to do with just the energy. So it's going to be very interesting to see how good they are this game.
And here come the Senators running out and ready to take on the Hornets in a classic rivalry matchup here on this beautiful Friday night at Charlie George Stadium in Little Rock, Arkansas. Well, your captains tonight for Robinson, all the seniors, of course, and then, of course, for Maumelle, it was Jonathan Williams, Caden Brooks, Jordan Harris, and Bubba Johnson. So this should be a fantastic atmosphere. Here come the Hornets as well. Not as much of a big crowd reaction as for the Senators, obviously. This crowd is packed, especially on this side. Of course, when we came in and parked, we could not find parking.
We were actually here about the same time as we normally are.
And that was the visitor parking we couldn't find any space for. But this is, the student section's filling out a little bit. Got the band to the left of us. The regular, stadium seating is still kind of right in front of us. Still could use a few more people, but the seating closer to the field, completely packed, as you can kind of see in your camera angle there. But it looks like the Senators have elected to receive to start out this ball game. Both teams hyped up for this matchup. And for the Hornets, number 82, Dylan Morin, the freshman kicker, will be kicking off here, and that's never a pretty sight to see. In the return game, Hakeem Frampton wearing the neon shoes. You'll see that probably pretty soon. And then Deuce Williams as well. Of course, keep an eye on the short kicks, and it's going to be a kick flying up. Who's going to get it? And it looks like Caleb Smith got on top of it. So the Senators will have good field position to start out around the 40-yard line. And so Reese Simpson and company will get started first. And Will, what do you want to see opening from the gate from this Senator offense?
I want to see Deuce Williams get started early. It's something that, again, I was talking a little bit about Searcy. He had a slow start, but once he started kind of getting himself in the game, starting to find a little bit of open space, that's when the game really broke open, other than the Josiah Warrior Benson touchdown. So I want to see Deuce get started early.
The senior superstar running back does not get the handoff immediately. Simpson looking for Frampton. Incomplete. It was covered well there by the Hornets, specifically by number 13, Chad Mayweather, the junior corner. Don't usually see them elect to pass on first down, but they are trying to throw in a few new tricks here and there. Of course, I know they've had this game marked on their calendars for some time now, and for the coaching staff, this game's a little personal, too, because the coaching staff on the other side is led by Brian Maupin, who used to be the defensive coordinator for the Senators for some time. Deuce Williams finds a way to get outside, stiff arms a man, finally goes down around the 38-yard line. What a huge pickup for Deuce Williams, getting a UAMS first down.
And what a stiff arm. My gosh. He just slammed him down. Derrick Henry, man. Okay, well, Derrick Henry has not been good for me in fantasy this year, so I don't know how much.
Okay, Tennessee Titan Derrick Henry. There we go.
Yeah, Tennessee Titan Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Actually, last year, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that too. Two receivers on that far side, one on the near side. A Hornet jumped, and, they're going to get him. I believe that was Jalen Harris, star offensive and defensive lineman. So that will give the Senators, I'd say, a free first down. So, yeah, UAMS first down right there. Trey Petty comes in on the field as the fourth receiver. He had a phenomenal game against Pine Bluff, finding the end zone twice, both on connections from Reese Simpson. The other three receivers on the field, Frampton, Brown, and Warrior Benson on that far side. Handoff to Williams. Williams, he's got another first down and a lot more. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown Senators right out the gate. Third play of this drive is a Senator score.
And I believe Deuce Williams was responsible for every single yard other than the penalty.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. I believe it was around the 42-yard line where they started, or the 38-yard line, I apologize, and he takes it all the way. Which, that's not very surprising.
No, not really, not at all. So William Tate heads out onto the field for the first Community Bank extra point attempt. Lennox Campos will hold. Snap, hold, kick up, and it's good. So your score, 7-0 with 11:37 left to play in this ball game. And we'll seeing this Senator team get started scoring early is great to see.
It is, and one thing I want to highlight about Deuce Williams' game, and we can highlight hundreds of things about his game, but something that makes him very different from other running backs at this level is that his ability to change direction in a heartbeat is unbelievable. You saw in that first run that he had where he saw his lane kind of close up very quickly, so he kind of took a step back and pushed off to the inside, and immediately it worked. I believe he went to about, the 35? So that was about a 25-yard pickup or so. So Deuce Williams' ability to change direction in a snap is, I think, what kind of separates him. And how do you really stop that as a defense? Because, with as good as the blocking Robinson has, it's kind of hard to stop a very quick directionally running back.
If my math is correct, he picked up 52 yards on that drive. All rushing yards. That kick boomed into the end zone for a touchback.
William Tate, the highlight.
Yeah, exactly. That was a fantastic kick right there for I was about to say senior. No, he's a junior. So the Hornets will have the football right at the 20-yard line, and Levi Warrior, the star quarterback, the junior, he has been a fantastic player, as we mentioned. 396 passing yards, 24 of 37 with 5 touchdowns in that game against Jacksonville. That was a Maumelle passing record. Of course, he had another 5-touchdown performance against Whitehall previously. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. They'll go pass on first down, and he'll get it out to the running back. It's Jacob Henry, who makes a man miss, but he's got enough for a First Community Bank. Wrong one. UAMS first down.
And that is something that Maumelle has really perfected, is just sort of these very short passes and allow players like Levi Warrior and Christian Jackson to be able to kind of make some space for them. I believe that was Jacob Henry in that one. Jacob Henry allowed them to kind of gain some extra yardage off short passes.
Man in motion. Warrior got it complete. The Senators finally get him down. Norwood, and I believe that was Todd making the tackle, but that was number 8, Jackson Hampton, who has been a fantastic wide receiver, a fantastic target.
It's a really good catch as well.
Absolutely. Of course, he coming into this game with 3 D1 offers: Southeastern Missouri State, North Alabama, and Navy. It's going to be handoff to the running back, and he's not going to get anything. Got back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Stopped immediately by Tank Reese and Fisher Taylor.
And you can kind of tell why you're going with those short passes. High school football is very easy to do that type of thing because, your cornerbacks and your defensive ends are not going to really try and play up. So they're kind of trying to play for the tackle after, not the interception. So those short passes are going to be deadly if done correctly.
Warrior looking to pass. He's got time. Got a man over the middle and just bounced out of his hands. That pass was a little behind him. He was looking for his other top receiver, Christian Jackson, who leads the team in receiving yards with 731, coming in at a 21-yard average, or yard per catch average. So it is third down now from the 47-yard line. The Senator defense has been deadly all season long. Someone's got to go play defense on that man on the outside. Finally, Norwood picks him up, and there's going to be flags. It will be on the Hornets.
And again, a little bit of a lapse in judgment there. Norwood was able to catch up. They get honestly lucky on that because that could have been very bad. Norwood was not set for that play.
And, of course, the penalty helps them out even more. So 3rd and 15 from the 42-yard line of the Hornets. Henry to the right of his quarterback, Warrior. Warrior looking to pass. He's going to run now. He can run a little bit. He gets stumbled. Scott taking him down. There is a flag around the 52 of the Senator, right by the Senator sideline. We'll see what that call is. Warrior picked up around 5 yards on that run. And no real indication what the call is. Coach Uptergrove talking to one of the officials right now. And take another look at it.
Might be defensive holding.
It could be, not 100% sure. Yep. All right, good call. So an automatic first down for the Hornets. So a lucky break for a team that was backed up on 3rd and 15 and was looking like they were going to have to punt the football. Now they're in Senator territory.
And that's been kind of a sore spot for Robinson, has been those 3rd and longs. I thought Robinson wasn't going to get set.
Going to be tossed to the running back. It's Henry. Nice hit there.
Caleb Smith.
Yeah, it was Caleb Smith. Tank Reese helping out as well. Just about 1 yard on that carry for Jacob Henry, who has really played well. Leads the team in rushing yards with coming into the game at 339. Of course, he's a great receiver himself. 220 receiving yards coming into this game as well. 3 receivers on that far side, 1 on the near side. Henry is still the running back. Warrior looks left. He's under pressure. Throwing and picked off. That's Kalen Norwood. First interception of the season for the young freshman. And he's finally down. But what a pick by their rising star of a corner.
And I want to say Kalen Norwood came off of the coverage because he saw that ball. That ball was not accurate. Kalen Norwood came off the coverage and immediately saw, okay, that ball's coming to me, picked it up, and was able to gain a couple extra yards.
Now take a look at it here. Warrior just trying to get it to his receiver. I think he was looking for Hampton, who had not turned around just yet, and Norwood was the only one in that area ready to even get that football, and, of course, he did. Like I said, first interception of the season for Norwood. He had a few opportunities earlier in the season, couldn't come away with the football, but now he's got one. Hey, every defensive back remembers his first pick.
Oh, yeah,
so congratulations, Kalen Norwood. Well, the offense back on the field for the Senators. It's going to be a handoff to Deuce Williams. You're waiting for a play to develop. He's got a lot of room to run on the outside, but really solid defensive reaction there. There's Jacob Henry and Jonathan Williams in to make that stop, 2 of the captains for Maumelle tonight.
And I think that's going to be something that Maumelle tries to focus on because Deuce Williams really likes to go to his left. He can run right if he needs to, but his running left is probably his strongest attribute. He is very good at finding open space on the left side. On his left side, I should say.
Warrior Benson, the receiver on the far side. Frampton and Brown, the receivers on the near side. Aiden Scott lining up at tight end or H-back, however you want to call him. Of course, Deuce Williams next to his quarterback, that's Simpson. He'll get the handoff here up the middle. Not a whole lot, maybe a yard or 2 there following his blockers, but Maumelle, of course, they have a really strong defensive line, headlined by Jalen Harris, and, of course, I'd say headlined by Jalen Harris. It's Jordan Harris that really headlines that defensive front coming off the edge He is a phenomenal athlete. 22 tackles for loss coming into the season, 9 sacks, 46 total tackles. Has offers from Arkansas, Missouri, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, App State, Texas State, Houston, and others. Of course, he had a 5-sack performance against Pine Bluff pretty recently. And here's Williams again.
First down.
And it will be a first down. Let's see where they mark him. Maybe about the 39-yard line, but it will be enough for a UAMS first down.
This is a very wide receiver heavy play here.
Yep. Yeah, Jaden Todd also comes out onto the field. Trey
Braylon
Petty.
Brown out there.
Yep.
It would not surprise me if we might see something to Hakeem Frampton on the far or around the other opposite 40, or maybe something to Josiah Warrior
Frampton's
Benson.
not on the field
Oh,
right now.
I apologize. I did not.
No,
I read 7 as 4. I'm not sure how that happened.
No, you're all right. But, I mean, this is typically the time you'd see a short pass to Josiah Warrior Benson, and then he makes something work, and Simpson's going to have to escape. He throws downfield. Receiver's got to fight for it. It's Jaden Todd. Jaden Todd gets tripped up, but what a catch and run, and what a play. Great pass by Reese Simpson.
Not only was it a great pass, but, I mean, Jaden Todd beat his man, saw the ball was a little short, so he beats his man, pushes back through. I thought he was going to score there. Great tackle as well, though.
He's one of the leading. He actually was the top leading receiver from last year that returned to this team. Of course, he played mostly behind Malachi Muhammad and Michael Hayes. But he hadn't really made a lot of plays on that offensive side, just his 4th catch of the year. His longest reception right there. Now it's going to be a handoff to Deuce. Deuce, and he'll get stopped, but not after picking up. Let's see if they got a first down. I think he's going to be marked short. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
This is personally this would be the best scenario for a first down.
Yep.
I mean, you're right on the goal line. You still can get a first down without scoring. You have so many opportunities here if you're Robinson.
Absolutely do. Yep, you're right. A single coverage on the outside, both for Frampton and Warrior Benson, but everybody knows right here you're expecting a run from Deuce Williams. Deuce, patient, dives into the end zone for the touchdown, his 2nd of the night. Already shaping up to be a great game for the senior in his last regular season game at Charlie George Stadium.
And that man right there, number 13 in all of Arkansas in rushing yards. And, I mean, you can kind of see why. He's the workhorse, as Hootens.com puts it. The workhorse of Kevin Deuce Williams kind of puts Robinson in these really nice positions. And I think that that specific drive could be kind of the mold that Robinson needs to follow, as William Tate puts it through the uprights, turns it to 14-0, but scoring off of turnovers is going to be a big deal, especially off of things where who intercepted that again? Kalen Norwood. Like things like first interception, you got to make that worth it, right? And they absolutely make that worth it.
Well, Tate knocked in the First Community Bank extra point attempt. So let's hear from our sponsor. First Community Bank is proud to serve the Little Rock community. We offer personal service and expertise and a full range of financial services that meet your needs. For all of your banking needs, First Community Bank has you covered. And if you need help figuring out which product is best for your needs, our knowledgeable and friendly staff are ready to help you find the best solution for your situation. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC.
And, you know, this is honestly kind of a special game for us because we have Maumelle Sports Network just on the other side of this booth. So it's fun. Shout out to Steve Hinson. Or maybe he's upstairs. Or maybe he's on top. I think he's on top. But still, special game. This is fun. In-network matchup here.
Yeah, there's not many of those that happen. I mean, I'm trying to think. I don't think
we had PA.
Yeah, well, that's right. We did have the PA matchup. But I think that was the
only one.
Yeah, and of course, Maumelle, none of the other teams in our broadcast network played against PA. Of course, none of them played against Maumelle, Seven Hills, Mills, any of those. So, yeah. And I will say, it's been a great year for all of the teams with the exception of PA.
Man, Sylvan Hills, though, man.
I know.
My
Who would have
goodness.
thought? Who would have thought that Sylvan Hills?
Actually, one of the losses that Maumelle has is to Sylvan Hills, that first game of the year.
Yeah, let's see. I have that score right here. That was a ridiculous game. Maumelle lost by 1, 54-55, in Sylvan Hills' first win in 2 seasons.
And ridiculous is an understatement. What a game that was.
And now Sylvan Hills is a title contender. I mean, you go from being the worst of the worst in the state, and now you're ready to compete for a championship. I mean, as Henry gets tripped up there, nice tackle on the outside by the Senators.
I believe that was Hakeem Frampton. It was. Honestly, I was saying I believe it was. I can see the neon shoes. It's Hakeem Frampton.
That's true. I got to keep that in mind. Of course, Jaden Todd also has some neon. He's got the neon towel that's hanging off, and
the gloves.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't know what's up with the neon here tonight. Shotgun formation for the Hornets. It's going to be tossed back to the running back. It's Henry again. Redmond tracks him down, but a flag does come in. We'll see what the call is, and maybe on the Hornets, though. Actually, the official is kind of insinuating it may be a hold, so it will be on the Hornets, so they'll be backed up here.
And if you're the Hornets, you really need to minimize your penalties against this Robinson team because, again, this defense is very, very good, and while, yeah, they do have some slip-ups, especially on that, like, 3rd and long just a few minutes ago, you need whatever you can get,
right.
And having any penalties is not going to cut it. I would also like to shout somebody out in the chat as we wait. Somebody in the chat, the Tick 11, holding on the offense.
Yep.
But the Tick 11 actually left the Maumelle Sports Network to come over to us on Robinson's side. So big shout out to you, man. As now 3rd down. And again, this has been a very, very dangerous situation for Robinson all year.
And that is incomplete. Freeman, excellent coverage against Isaac Warrior, trying to get the brothers to connect. Levi to Isaac right there. Haven't seen that so far tonight. And now that is 4th down, and they will send out the punt unit. Of course, the quarterback's going to stay on the field because Levi Warrior, say that. He has
punting experience.
Yeah, he's punted he's done most of the punting work. Yeah, he's going to be still out there. He's got, coming into this game, he's punted the football twice. Nope, 20 times, my bad.
Twice, I was like, that's not all the time.
No. Of course, he's only averaging about 29 yards a punt, so the Senators not super far back. It's Frampton and Dude. And that snap way over his head. Warrior, what does he do here? He's still going to punt, and it gets...
Man.
Wow,
that's rough. I mean, that ball flew over Warrior's head.
It was a bad snap. It could have been a whole lot worse for the Hornets.
I honestly think that because of how far it went, it actually helped him get that punt off.
We'll take another look. I mean, the Senators didn't send a whole lot of pressure, so that's probably a good thing for Maumelle, because if they sent more pressure, that would have been really bad. And, of course, it just got past the line to gain right there, and lucky break for the Hornets once again. So the Senators back out onto the offense right here. Bryce Young Cunningham is the running back, and he's lined up at slot receiver right now. I doubt he stays there. Haven't seen him catch the ball a whole lot this year.
He's the next in line once Deuce graduates this year, though.
And I was wrong. He does go out as a receiver. Reese looking to throw under pressure, and that's going to be incomplete.
It almost worked, though. It was a little short, but it almost worked.
He was looking for Frampton right there. He was trying to cut back, and, of course, he was under a lot of pressure. And like we said, this Maumelle Hornet front line is tough. I mean, they have a great defensive end in Jordan Harris. Patrick Ward's on the other side, and he's fantastic himself. 13 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Like I said, Jalen Harris, he's got 14 tackles. He's got an offer from Alcorn State. London McEwen, he's got 6 sacks himself. I mean, this is a great defensive line. One of the better defensive lines they'll face all year, as there's going to be a flag to stop the play. It's going to be on the offense here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's offsides on the defense. So the Senators will get a few yards right there. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
And again, you got to minimize those if you're Maumelle. That just gave Robinson a free 5, especially on a almost sack on the previous play.
Cunningham still the running back. Braylon Brown in motion, and it's a bad snap, and Simpson just falls on top of it. Wait, did he not fall on top of it?
Yeah,
Maumelle
he did not fall on top of that.
Maumelle got the football.
I think he slipped and lost the control.
I think you're right. So the Hornets will have excellent field position to start off this drive. There's 5:55 left to play in this first quarter. We'll take another look, and you can see just bounced off his hands. And when it slipped out from underneath them, and the Hornets got on top of it.
So I don't know what type of science that is, but I think it got kind of forced out from under him, and he wasn't able to catch back up to it. It's like nothing ever happened. The ball just swapped.
Yep. And we're going to have a timeout by the Senators. The first timeout taken by either side. And while we have a second, let's hear from one of our sponsors. Let's see who it will be. It will be UAMS. When orthopedic injuries happen, get expert care now. At UAMS Health Ortho Now, we provide fast, convenient care for all of your orthopedic needs, from sports injuries to joint pain and beyond. No appointment is needed. Walk in for immediate care, get on-site x-rays, and see the best in orthopedic care, all in one place. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Don't wait in pain. Walk in today. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674.
And really, you don't see that type of play often from
No,
Robinson. That's a very different mistake. I wonder if the ball just slipped, and kind of like probably what happened with Maumelle on the punt.
Now, if my count is correct, just the 4th fumble of the year, as Warrior is brought down by Lennox Campos. Oh, my goodness. He came flying off the edge unblocked.
Yeah, nobody. It might have been a miscommunication there as well. It looked like Warrior was a little confused why the ball was still in his hands.
Campos now into double-digit sacks on the year with 10.
That's an average of 1 game for all the math nerds out there.
Yeah, absolutely. He has been a wrecking ball off the edge. Him and Caleb Smith both. That D-line ready to set them on fire again. Campos almost got to him, but Henry's got the first down. He's got a lot more. Made a man miss.
Ooh.
And he's finally down right there. Big pickup for Jacob Henry, getting all the way to the 40-yard line of the Senators.
Big hit by Damon Sally, though. But again, it's not just on 3rd downs, to be honest with you. Although it is still 3rd down, or it is 3rd down now.
Yeah,
but
my bad. I called it first down. My bad.
Yeah, I thought for a second it was. But, it was just short, it looks like.
Yep.
But those, kind of down and plenty have been kind of a sore spot. It kind of seems like, there's a flag on the play before it ever happened. On a coach, I believe.
We'll see what the call is. Oh. Well, it's unsportsmanlike on the Senators. Have no idea.
So the flag came from right next to the sideline. And I have been seeing, I cannot tell who the coach is, but I have been seeing a coach really in the ear of the officials all game so far. I have a feeling that's where it came from because Coach Updegrove immediately walked over to that area. So a free 15.
Hornets knocking on the door of the red zone. Bubba Johnson, the running back. He'll get the handoff. Oh, it's a fake handoff. I got fooled. But Warrior won't get much. He stumbles after being tripped up by, I believe that was maybe Taylor that tripped him up there. Jacob Henry comes back in as the running back. The receivers for the Hornets, number 4, Christian Jackson, number 81, Isaac Warrior, number 8, Jackson Hampton, and number 6, Davion Jordan. Jordan in motion. Fakes a handoff. Jordan's open, but they're going to throw the other way. Henry. Kind of a trick play here. Will he have enough for a first down? That's the question.
I don't think he quite made it.
No, I think they marked him out. No, they marked him out
way farther than I thought.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now from the 21-yard line. So not quite in the red zone, but pretty dang close.
And this could be a huge stop for Robinson here if they can get it.
Warrior got it to his receiver, somehow got open, somehow he lost the football, but of course they still have possession, went out of bounds, but that is enough for a UAMS first down, and I cannot believe that he was able to make something out of nothing. That was Jackson Hampton, the senior receiver.
I think Lennox Campos kind of understood what was happening. He started to go for pressure on Levi Warrior, but he immediately backed up to try and get the tackle. He doesn't land it, although they're backing up.
Yep.
Oh.
On the offense. So that is the break that the Senators needed, and they get backed up a lot.
Right back to where we were before the 15-yard penalty.
Yep, so they're at the 31-yard line. It's 3rd and 16. Warrior takes off. And he's got a stumble and got crunched. That was Scott and Deuce Williams making the tackle, and that brings up 4th down. Let's see what the Hornets do right here. Their offense has been rolling on this drive, but they have a pretty solid kicker. Of course, he hasn't kicked many field goals.
I think you go for this.
Absolutely. It is 4th and 6. From the 22-yard line. 3 receivers on the field, tied in as well, along with your running back, Jacob Henry, who moves to the right of his quarterback, Levi Warrior. Warrior, he's got time, gets it to his running back. Oh, stop! Oh, my goodness! Oh, hide the women and children. What a stop! Deuce Williams and Hakeem Frampton. Oh, my goodness, what a hit.
Those are 2 superstars on the offensive end, but my God, can they do it on the defensive end. They read the pass play immediately and blow it up in seconds. The replay going on here. Both of them collapsing immediately. Destroy.
That was Jacob Henry. My goodness.
Gosh.
Turnover on downs, and the Senator offense finding some newfound rhythm here as they'll take the offense, or take the field for probably the last time in this quarter.
I do really think that was still the right play by Maumelle. You still want to try and find the end zone, not the uprights.
Handoff to Williams. He's got a burst of speed. Makes a man miss. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, sir.
Deuce Williams.
Keep going.
They're not going to catch him. To the 20, to the 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Senators.
Deuce Williams, a 3rd touchdown. Another 3-touchdown night for him. He's had multiple of those.
I've lost count.
I think I've lost count. We need to update ourselves on how many touchdowns he has. I believe you have that written down somewhere.
All right,
add 3 to that.
How does the big number 20 sound? My goodness. Deuce Williams.
How many total?
Oh, gosh.
Is it like 28, I think?
Don't know, something like that.
I think it's like 28 or something.
It's
20 rushing touchdowns on the year, and he must know that he's number 13 in rushing yards in Arkansas because he seems to be going for it.
He's already got over 100. Of course, he had, I don't know, like 70 on that drive alone as Tate knocks in the first Community Bank extra point attempt. What a start.
And we see the replay right now.
Yeah, there was no chance.
No, you can't catch that.
Todd didn't even need to throw a block in there. I mean, that was just
all the way down the field. Marches. One play, one touchdown.
My goodness. And great camera work by our guy Chance there on the sideline. Thank you. And, of course, Walter, he's had a really solid game so far as our main camera as well.
I like that call. That was good.
Yeah. Got to give our camera op some love. And, of course, the man that makes it all happen, Mr. Avery McMullen, thank you so much.
Mr. Avery. And this is the last game of the regular season. We will have at least one more game past this with you guys. Yeah. Speaking of which, do you like Thursday nights or Friday nights more? I think I like Fridays just because it's Friday Night Lights, but Thursdays feel kind of special because there aren't many going on. So
I get the whole day off tomorrow. So.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's very true. Maybe I should call off tomorrow. Oh, no, Jack would kill me.
We have 2 editors. We can't. Well, no, 3. So we cannot lose any of you guys. Oh, yeah, if y'all don't know by now, we both work at KATV, Channel 7 News, here in Little Rock, as they're going to take off here, and may not have been the best idea. Stopped right at the 30-yard line.
You want to know somebody that's been everywhere so far is Damon Sally.
Yeah.
Damon Sally has been everywhere.
Making that tackle right there on special teams.
Exactly,
and he's made some plays on defense. And, of course, he's one of the seniors being honored tonight, one of the honorary captains as well. And he was really a big get in the offseason, a transfer from Little Rock Southwest. Of course, playing 7A football, then transferring to Robinson for a senior year of 5A football.
It's a little different.
Yeah, it is definitely a little different, but I think he's gotten a really big role here, and he's excelled. 3 receivers near side, 1 on the far side, and immediately a flag on Maumelle. The penalties killing the Hornets.
Oh, no, it's actually going to be on the defense. Apologies.
Sorry, yeah.
Apologies. I was going based off what Jackson Redmond did. He pointed towards Maumelle, but...
Well, the Maumelle players acted like it was a penalty on them, but they'll get an extra 5 yards, so it's 1st and 5 from the 36. Same formation. Henry goes in motion. Warrior, he's got some time now. He escapes. He's running. He can run, and he's got the UAMS first down.
Yeah, he's a very good scrambler when it comes to getting to the outside, picking up a couple extra yards. And in that case, what else do you do? He didn't have any options with his receivers, so he just immediately found a way past.
Got it to the 42-yard line of the Hornets. Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to his receiver right there who gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That was Marshawn Wiley, who plays really both wide receiver and running back. That's his, I believe, his 21st rushing attempt on the season. Really hasn't done much so far tonight.
Great block by Levi Warrior, though. My goodness, he took it like a man.
So the Hornets bring an extra running back on the field. It's Bubba Johnson alongside Jacob Henry, and bring Isaac Warrior, the freshman receiver, back out on the field. Of course, we caught up with the Warrior family, and a few of them had T-shirts with all 3 of the family members playing on the field here tonight, as we're going to have another stoppage in play.
Looks like Maumelle, it's against them.
Yeah, they're backing up a bit. There's been a lot of penalties early on in this game. It's still the first quarter. Doesn't feel like it.
I don't actually see the – yeah, I think – yeah, that was a penalty.
Yeah, it is on the Hornets. No, oh.
Okay.
Okay, not a – all right, it's a timeout instead, so it's – for now it's 2nd and 9.
I think they were running out of time on the play clock.
Probably so. They were making some late substitutions, and we're going to stay right here, of course, and we'll – we haven't really talked about him a lot. It's Deuce Williams. I mean,
I don't think we talked.
I'm going to be honest. We really have not talked about
Comparatively.
him compared to what we usually do. And he's got all 3 touchdowns here tonight. That is crazy.
So, according to Ryan in chat, that was 78 yards on the last score for him. And I also want to point out, 21 points is more than the Senators scored in the first half of last week when we were not here, which we were very sad to miss. Halloween is always fun, but 14-0 was the halftime score of that one.
Yeah.
Now it's 21-0 in the first quarter. So, and I mean, Deuce Williams, it's hard to stop him. Mm-hmm. But obviously Pine Bluff saw something that I guess Maumelle has not quite figured out yet.
Well, Pine Bluff traditionally, I mean, I know their offense has really struggled this year, but they traditionally have a great defense. Even with a new coach, Coach Collins has a pretty good defensive group there. And now the Hornets ready to make something. Oh, Patterson, he trips up, but he makes him scramble, and he got it. Complete to Jackson, who gets thrown to the turf. That was Tank Reese making the stop, but not after picking up a big UAMS first down.
Dominio Patterson just tripped over. I think he had the right amount of pressure. He just wasn't able to catch up, and that's going to happen when you're 6'5", right? I mean, 6'5", 350 against – who I believe, 6'1", 185 Levi Warrior. So probably going to be a little faster.
Warrior back to pass now, looking over on the right side, and once again, that was Jackson. Second pass he's dropped here tonight.
Damon Sally.
Yeah, Damon Sally right there to, he probably heard some footsteps as well. Forced that drop. Of course, Damon Sally's been hitting hard tonight, so he probably did want to get a classic Sally slam to the turf.
Kyron Grimes comes in for Sally now, though.
Yeah, Kyron Grimes been a great corner himself, played some safety as well.
A couple touchdowns to his name, too.
Yep. Warrior under a lot of pressure. He's got to get it. It's a screen pass to Henry. Gets tripped up. A nice play there by Frampton, who just week after week continues to play better. Oh, now there's a flag. Oh, come on.
A little bit of extracurricular after that, and Deuce Williams was a part of that one. Not sure who it was against there, though.
We'll see who the penalty's on.
Lots of uproar from the Robinson side.
Yeah, there's 2 flags on the field, both around the 3rd and 26. Maumelle looks like they're headed backwards, so that will be against the Hornets.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the offense, 15-yard penalty.
Yep, 15-yard penalty for unnecessary roughness against this Hornet team. We'll see what we can see here. Of course, that's that play. Levi Warrior escaping out of the pocket and gets it complete to his receiver, Christian Jackson, with a big pickup. Of course, I know I mentioned Jackson's dropped a couple of balls tonight, but he's really played well overall this season, and, of course, that huge completion right there. So it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 22 to be exact. Warrior motioning to his left. Now he's got to cut back over the middle. He's got Henry, and Henry will not have the first down. He's pretty close, but Jacob Henry gets stopped right around the 21, 20-yard line.
And that's why those, X and long plays are kind of dangerous for Robinson, because somebody just tends to leak out every single time, and it's a little bit, as a spectator, it's a little annoying to watch.
Of course, Henry's the guy to watch coming out of the backfield to go and catch. Averages about 11 yards a reception. A crowd on their feet for 4th down. Warrior. Keep an eye on the running back. He gets it. There are 2 receivers standing in the same area. He was looking for Hampton, could not get it to him, and for the second time tonight, the Hornets have turned it over on downs, giving it right back to the Senators with 7 seconds left in the first.
And very deep into Senator territory as well. I believe it was around the same area. So, I mean, Maumelle's just not able to capitalize on some of these bigger plays.
That Senator offense has been almost perfect here tonight. Of course, they did fumble a couple of drives ago, but they've been living in the end zone for the most part tonight, and that's Deuce Williams. Got a few yards, and that will bring the first quarter to a close. Your Senators with an early 3-touchdown lead over the visiting Maumelle Hornets. We're going to have a lot more football action here at Charlie George Stadium on senior night in just a moment.
House, it's a home, and it's part of the neighborhood, and of course part of the community. And you want to build stuff that they'll take pride in.
Well, that's where they're making their memories.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where they're raising their families.
Without the bank getting us to that next step, we can't do it.
It's nice to be able to call someone at the bank and say, hey, you've worked with us for all these years. This is what we're thinking about doing. Can we pull the trigger on this today? Oh, my stars. It is just so much easier to bank with First Community.
21-0 is your score with 12 minutes left to play in the first half of action. Your Senators have the football here on second down, and they're ready to go to work once again. It's going to be Deuce Williams up the middle, follows his blocker, not quite to the first down line to gain.
Hakeem Frampton is on the opposite 30 all of a sudden.
Yeah, he was blocking all the way downfield. He was doing his job. And interesting here, we're going to have Wildcat as Reese Simpson heads to the sideline. Lennox Campos and Jackson Redmond come in as additional blockers. Braylon Brown, Jaden Todd, and Josiah Warrior Benson are still the receivers, but keep an eye on number 2, Deuce Williams. He'll probably get the football here. We've seen some trickery every now and then from the Senators this year, so let's see what they do right here. Oh, that snap is a bad one. Campos can't grab it. Finally does. That was disaster for the Senators right there. Nobody was ready, and they're going to have to punt this football away.
Yeah, just miscommunication somewhere. I think it was snapped early in that case.
Yep.
So neither one of Lennox Campos or Deuce Williams was prepared for that. Luckily, William Tate has a pretty good punting leg, so I would imagine you make it to around the 50-yard line possibly if you get a good roll.
Yeah, he is backed up in the back of his own end zone. He's got some time.
That's a great punt.
That's a good punt in that situation. Bounces around the 40, and it's picked up by Wiley, who breaks free from a tackle, gets taken down. Guess who? That's Damon Sally making the big-time stop. That was potentially a huge return for Marshawn Wiley, who's a pretty good kick returner. Of course, that's his 9th punt return of the season. Came into the year into this game averaging about 9 yards a punt.
And can you remember a game that you've commentated or even just watched NFL, college, high school that have seen this many snap errors? There's been 3 combined so far, and it's only the early second quarter.
Yeah, and it's not like
it's not raining. It's
not super cold. I mean, it's just complete miscommunication. Now I can understand on that last one. I mean, we don't typically run, and well, not only have there been a bunch of snap issues, but there's been a lot of penalties as the Senators impeded in the neutral zone right there. So Matthew Mocha will actually make an appearance here coming off the edge. He's done well in limited time this year. So it will be 1st and 5 for the Hornets. Empty backfield. Keep an eye on Warrior. He can run. Gets stumbled, and it's Mocha. Matthew Mocha making the sack right there. Congratulations, young man. He hadn't done a whole lot of that this year, but a great big stop. Just his first sack of the season. Did not have any last year, so if my numbers are correct, I think that is his first career varsity sack. Man. So congratulations, Matthew Mocha. I'm sure more to come as he's set to replace Lennox Campos and Caleb Smith coming off the edge next year. As that's a good run up the middle by Jacob Henry on 2nd down. He gets stopped around the 26, and so it will be 3rd and 4. Yep, 3rd and 4.
I don't believe it was a sack because I believe Warrior was able to get past the line of scrimmage because it was 2nd and 9 there. So,
oh, really? Okay, I didn't realize
but still,
that.
A great read by Mocha. And again, we don't see a lot of him. We haven't seen a lot of him this year, but it's a good sign that he's doing this late in the season.
Yep, 7th. Yep.
Look forward to it next year.
Yeah, 7th tackle on the year for the young edge rusher, and no penalties there. That ball sailed over the head of Jackson, and that will be 4th down all of a sudden for the Hornets.
And again, the Hornets have suddenly come to a halt deep in Senator territory. This is the, I believe, 3rd time?
Well, they're going to go for it right here, as they should, from the 26-yard line. They have not had a lot of success this side of the field, as they still have a goose egg on the scoreboard, but that is complete for the UAMS 1st down. That was the connection between Levi Warrior and Christian Jackson, junior to senior right there. Big pickup.
Oh, I'm sorry. That I was incorrect. It was a sack because it was 1st and 5. I apologize for that. I had completely forgot about the penalty before it. So Mocha did get a sack.
There you go.
You were right. You were right.
I know I was right. Hand off to the outside to the Dartmouth commit, and Henry gets a few yards. Of course, Henry going to go and play D1 football, committed to go play for Dartmouth, a Ivy League college on, where is Dartmouth? Dartmouth is
East Coast,
New Jersey.
Yeah.
I think it's New Jersey. So congratulations. And I looked at his offer. He had Yale, he had Princeton, he had all the Ivy League schools after him. So good to see him going on to play some Division I football and to represent Maumelle in the natural state at an Ivy League institution. Davion Martin in motion. Warrior looking. He's got to do something with it. Campos comes up with the quarterback hit, and that will be incomplete right there, bringing up 3rd down once again. So it will be 3rd and 4 with 8:05 left to play in the half.
3rd down, and this time in the red zone. I don't think the Hornets have found the red zone at all this game until now. Might have made it to about the 20-yard line, so on the edge of it.
The closest I think they got was 21 before they got backed up to a penalty, if I remember correctly. Shotgun formation. Oh, another flag. Oh, my goodness. And, of course, it's been biting both of these teams, and it will be penalty stinging the Hornets right now, backing them up a few yards. Going to be backing them up 5 yards, a 3rd and 10. From the 16-yard line for Maumelle.
I feel like every time I say you can't have this many penalties, the penalties just continue stacking up for whatever team I said that for. Maybe I should use that.
Warrior looking left and incomplete, popped up, picked off. It's Frampton. Frampton, he may go all the way.
100 yards.
Oh, my goodness.
100.
45, 40, 35, 30, 25, cuts back. They're not going to stop
100.
Senators, pick 6. Welcome the Tweakerville. Woohoo.
My God. You know, once he hit the 20, he was home free. 20 opposite side of the field. Once he hit the 20, he was gone. Hakeem Frampton, Texas A&M, got a special one in number 4 right there.
Absolutely. Razorbacks, how did you let him slip through your fingers? What a play for that junior star. And William Tate out there to attempt the first Community Bank extra point.
And this is going to, as William Tate lines up, this is going to sound a little bit odd, but it feels like Robinson is hungry for this 1 seed. Like, this is one of the best halves of football so far this season, and that's saying a lot.
And let's look at it here. It was, first of all, shout out to Norwood for tapping it up, and Frampton, no chance of them catching up. I mean, Jacob Henry got close. I will give him that. But,
and a good cutback by Hakeem Frampton right here.
Yeah, to kind of make a miss. And
Chance, I think, got hit by a couple coaches and players.
I don't doubt it. So 28-0 is your score after Tate nailed the first Community Bank PAT. And this Senator crowd buzzing. I'm not hearing a whole lot of buzzing on the Hornet side. But it's still a lot of time left to play in this ball game, even though it's a 28-0 lead.
Speaking of Thunder, you're a Thunder fan.
I am a
Another
Thunder fan.
undefeated team.
Nope, they lost last night.
Who'd they lose to?
Trailblazers.
Oh, I didn't see
I
the
was very-
Blazers?
Yes, well, they're a pretty good team, but I was very disappointed. Well, they were up at like halftime. I didn't watch the game. I was actually putting together my notes for this game, and then I looked and said, oh, Trailblazers won. I was like, huh? But Portland's pretty good. Isaiah Joe had a heck of a game, though.
Hey-o. Arkansas.
Gotta love it. Oh, Jalen Williams had a nice game, too.
Yes, he did.
Tate, another short kick. It's a line drive, and it goes out of bounds. Evan Hill trying to save it, but that will be, of course, a penalty on the Senators, and the Hornets will get the football a little further up.
So somebody in chat said, no way off Thunder fans. I am not a Thunder fan. I am a Raptors fan. Let it be known.
Womp womp. So the Hornets will have the football, I think, around the 45-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 from the 45 of the Hornets. So good field position to start out. And another flag. Oh, my goodness. Again, the Hornets getting stung in the foot.
Who is on our YouTube channel saying Raptors fan, bruh? Who's doing that?
I mean,
Hey, Mr. Avery, was that you? Someone's roasting me in chat. Look, man, I was a DeMar DeRozan fan. I don't know. Somebody who's doing that. Oh, I know exactly who it is.
play to the outside, and it's going to be incomplete.
Now, I did think on that kickoff, back to football, sorry. I did think on that kickoff, I thought the Senators were going to pick that up. Because, I mean, who was it that was chasing after that ball to try and at least save it?
Oh, Evan Hill.
Yeah, Evan Hill, like, fast to the ball. I honestly thought that ball was going Senators' way, but
three receivers far side. It's going to be handoff to Henry, who's not going to get a whole lot. Dives forward for a few yards. Tank Reese's helmet flew off, so he'll have to leave the field for a snap. And there is a Hornet down
77.
Down on the field. One of the offensive linemen, that is Jake Clenny, who has been a fantastic lineman for them all year. Who, of course, coming into the season as the starting center, 6 foot, 265-pound senior. Up until this year has not been a starter, even though he's been a quality backup for the Hornets offensive line the last couple of seasons. And actually this entire Hornet offensive line was not a starter from last year. All the starting 5 offensive linemen from last year's 8-4 squad did not return for this season. So an entirely new offensive line, but one that is definitely pretty good. And of course, I hope that Clinty's all right. Both teams taking a chance to check on him. And of course, while we have a second, let's hear from one of our sponsors. Here at First Community Bank, we believe that investing in our communities provides us all with a brighter future, and it's something we've been doing since we were founded in 1997. We're proud to support the Senators in everything they do, not just because they're great athletes, but because they represent what makes community so special. People coming together to work hard and make something amazing happen. When you bank local, everyone wins. Go Senators. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC, and that's good to see Jake Clenny back up off the field, and he's walking on his own power, limping just a little bit, as they're going to have to continue on without him. So that offensive line, of course, left tackle, London McEwen. Left guard, Ryan Beals. The center now will be Leighton Lauderdale, the sophomore 5'9", 235-pounder. Jalen Harris, that right tackle. And I believe that's Keegan Dill as the right guard. So 3rd and 12 here. Empty set. Warrior under pressure, gets away. Oh, guess who? That was Warrior Benson.
Jackson Redmond! Jackson Redmond, another touchdown!
Touchdown, Redmond!
Woo! We're jumping like little boys up here.
And guess who made that happen? That was Warrior Benson!
Josiah Warrior Benson. Big shout out to...
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
Making the play against his own family. Oh, my goodness. It truly is a family affair going on at Charlie George Stadium here tonight, and William Tate is on the field to knock in this First Community Bank point after.
Texting Mr. Jack Allen.
Shout out to Jack. Is he here?
He is. Let me let this happen real quick. William Tate puts it through the uprights, 35-0. I texted him. I texted him, and I said, if you didn't see it, I didn't know if you were gone yet. Hakeem, and yeah, that is going to be Josiah Warrior Benson who started that on the replay. Jackson Redmond takes it all the way.
Yeah,
look at Dominio Patterson keeping up too.
Yeah, my goodness.
But I texted Jack, and he texted back, and I was like, did you see Hakeem? 103 yards, and he goes, that was my cue to leave. And I just texted him again, and I said, oh, scoop and score. He goes, no shot.
35-0 is your score. 6:56 remaining in this first half of action. This electric Senator crowd loving what they're seeing from their team. And the Hornets hoping to get a little bit of a return here. It's been a lot of short kicks. We'll see what they can do right here, though. Wiley, one of the Hornets, back to receive. That kick will go about to the 20-yard line. It's going to be Jackson who goes out of bounds right there. Doesn't get a whole lot, but does get it up to about the 30-yard line, so about a 10-yard return, maybe 9 or 11, not sure.
You know, at the beginning of the year, Chris, me and you had a conversation. I was like, I'm going to try not to overshadow you when you try to call a score. But when I'm this hype,
that's fine.
You know, like Jackson Redmond on that, man, we were both screaming. Like, that's honestly, this is some of the most fun I've had, man.
I was more so jumping from Josiah Warrior Benson. I mean, doing the strip.
Yep.
Fumble, forcing the fumble off the sack. And
if you can't
against
tell,
his own cousin.
If you can't tell, me and Chris love what we do, man.
Absolutely.
Especially with this team.
Second sack of the year for Warrior Benson. First forced fumble of the year for a guy that's going to be playing some wide receiver for FCS, University of Central Arkansas. They may have to play him, give him some defensive snaps as well. And, he's going to be brought down hard. And I'm surprised that wasn't a face mask right there. I'm going to be
I don't
honest.
know if it was a face mask. I think it was just below the helmet.
And it will be enough for a UAMS first down. That was Marshawn Wiley, the utility senior. And you and I were talking about, this is a very experienced running back room, and a lot of running backs they use as receivers. Of course, Jacob Henry, the Dartmouth commit, is a senior. Then Bubba Johnson's a senior. Haven't seen a lot of him today. Marshawn Wiley, we've seen a little bit of him. Guess what? He's a senior. And then Muhammad Kutoff, he's also a senior. Haven't seen him today, though. Warrior out to Wiley, who slips through. He's quick. Big play coming up. Norwood making the tackle right there.
He is very shifty. Very, very shifty.
Todd also in on the stop, and that's how important those utility guys are. I mean, sure, he's a great running back, but he can go out and catch and come up with a big play, and now they're marching into Senator territory. Shotgun formation for the Hornets. Have some newfound momentum on the offensive side now. Warrior, he's got time over the middle and incomplete. Was looking for Jackson, but threw it behind him there. And I think he threw it a little early. So we'll be 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. Warrior, Martin, Hampton, and Jackson, all the receivers. Henry, the running back. Haven't seen the Warrior to Warrior connection so far tonight. It probably will happen, though. Warrior escaping. He's under pressure, and, that ball, I'm sorry, I didn't even see where it went, but that is going to fall incomplete. He got it away just as Caleb Smith was about to bring him to the turf, and that brings up 3rd down. Frampton and Warrior Benson, along with Patterson and Norwood, come in onto the field. So they're going to beef up that pressure up front with Patterson. Three receivers far side, one on the near side. Henry to the right of his quarterback, Warrior. Warrior, he steps up. Under some pressure, and Tate Reese met him. Oh, my goodness. You can't get past Tate Reese. Aaron Freeman also there. A little shoving right there. Calm down. It's all right. It's 4th down. After the no gain run by Warrior. And Tank Reese, that's not a great sign. He's leaving, hopping on one leg. Of course, he's played most of his Senator career with some injury, so hoping he's all right there. Jackson Redmond comes onto the field as the linebacker.
Timeout.
And we're going to have a timeout by the Senators. 35-0 is your score with 5:07. And, we've been talking a lot about the offense, but the last 2 scores have been defensive touchdowns. We have not seen one of those in a while.
Yeah, and, I mean, it's It's insane to say this. I mean, that pressure is unbelievable.
Yeah, the strip sack
on that
fumble,
strip sack.
I mean,
that is something I will remember forever. By the way, that specific play, just that
we got so
we were both
excited.
We were both jumping up and down. That was insane. But the defense has almost been the biggest highlight, and that's with Deuce Williams having almost 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, like, the fact that the defense has been this good, 0 points, and we've talked a little bit about it, Maumelle has made it deep into Senator territory, and it still has not allowed a point, which is unbelievable. Now, obviously, Maumelle has been going for different things. Hey, this is my
I'm not a
Chapel
Swiftie,
Roan.
but
No, this is Chapel Roan.
no,
This is Taylor Swift.
yeah, it's
This is
one of her
Taylor
new
Swift.
songs.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not a Swiftie, but I like that song. Fate of Ophelia.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm one of the few people that still listens to the radio, and that's like all that's been playing. As a toss to Henry, and that, of course, there's flags on the field. And as it stands, that will be a turnover on downs after the short completion. We'll see what the call is, though.
Looks like players filing off. It's going to be on Maumelle.
It will be on the Hornets right there. Yep, it will be on the Hornets. Penalty declined, of course, so a turnover on downs for the 3rd time tonight. They've definitely not wanted to punt the football, go for a field goal. They're going for first down or bust, and it's busted for them 3 times tonight. So first and 10 from the 34.
What are you laughing for, man?
Nothing. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left to play in the first half. You stop it. You're making me laugh.
Sorry, I'm laughing at something else, man. I don't know.
Oh, my goodness. We're children. We really are. Off that Redmond touchdown.
The Redmond touchdown has got me all giddy.
I think it knocked 15 years backwards.
If you didn't know, me and Chris grew up together, so this is...
Yeah. Simpson steps up, and Harris forces a fumble, and
he doesn't end up with the ball.
No, he doesn't. It's the Senators. It's Sheriff Wolf that jumps on top of it. Hey, we talked about how dangerous Harris is coming off the edge. Of course, now has, I believe, 10 sacks on the year. Now, Simpson was kind of limping a little bit. Fisher Taylor was about ready to help him get off the field, but he's not leaving. He's tough. He's going to stay on the field. Quarterback ready to lead his team.
How did they only lose 8 yards on that, though?
Yeah.
That felt like forever. Oh, here we go.
There's a little bit more than 8.
It's actually going to give... It says... Was it not 1st and 10? It was 1st and 10, right?
Actually, I don't know. Oh, there's some balloons.
Oh, there goes the balloons.
ADHD sitting there. No, that's that can't be right.
Who's lining up at quarterback right now?
It's Reese.
No. Reese Simpson came off the field. That's Josiah
goodness.
Warrior Benson.
I was looking at the balloons. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Warrior Benson. He's got some experience at quarterback, and Reese, he's on the sideline now. He's headed back on to the field. Of course, Warrior Benson just handing the ball off to Deuce, and now Simpson back out there. Expect a passing play right here. It's 3rd and long. I knew I was not crazy. It's 3rd and 23. I knew it was not 8.
They fixed it. Okay.
All right, empty
That sounds
backfield.
about right.
Deuce Williams goes in motion, goes to the other side. Simpson looking to throw. It's going to be a screen pass to Petty. Trey Petty.
That's a first down.
No, not quite. But original line of scrimmage.
Original line of scrimmage. That's my bad.
No, you're all right.
I couldn't see the other one. The other one looked like it was down.
Senators might still go for it right here. It's 4th and 3.
No, why not? Your defense has been so good.
And you're up by 5 scores. Aiden Scott heads out there to be an extra blocker. Petty, after picking up that massive gain, a 20-yard pickup. Well, actually going to be more like 19-yard pickup right there. He goes to the sideline. 3 receivers near side. And was this going to be a
I think
timeout by the Senators?
I have a feeling the Senators were just trying to pull something off sides, and that makes sense because of how jumpy Maumelle has been throughout this game. It makes sense to try and go for that. You imagine that William Tate will come out on the field right now.
Of course, the final regular season game for both teams. We got a little dance battle between Kalen Norwood and Aaron Freeman. I think Freeman may have won right there. I don't know what the song is. I don't know song titles. I know the song, but I don't blame him for dancing.
Cool.
You're right. They will punt this football away. I still say go be aggressive. Go get that first down. But they're going to play it safe right here. Tate's going to punt the football. C.J. Bryant, the deep snapper. Marshawn Wiley for Maumelle will be back to return. So from 4th and 4 with 3:18 left to go. Oh, it's a trick play.
I knew it.
Petty's got the first down and a lot more. Trey Petty. Oh my goodness, he took the direct snap. Oh my goodness, for whatever reason, I was like,
there's
United.
a part
oh
of
my
me.
Goodness.
There was a part of me that was going to say, watch out for a trick play out to Trey Petty, but I was like, okay, they're not going to be that aggressive. But no, that's exactly what they do. They toss it back to Trey Petty, who sprints past, picks up probably 20 extra yards. Well. Apparently there's a flag.
Oh.
Now it'll probably be an actual punt here.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like it will be on the Senators. Did not see what the call was.
What was it?
Illegal formation. I didn't really think so, but.
Trey Petty is not happy about that.
No, and Coach Updegrove is not either. Of course, Petty going to stay on the field as he's part of the special teams unit. But William Tate will definitely punt this football away.
Should have given it to him. It's not how football works, but should have given it to him.
No. Well, Wiley deep to receive here as Tate's done a solid job punting this season, and
that's a very good punt.
Wiley will step up, but will let this one bounce. He lets it go by him, and he'll pick it up and he'll run for it. Wiley, there's a flag on the field, and get it to about the 17-yard line.
It's a good pickup for where it ended up.
Absolutely. He looked like he was going to be back behind the 10, and
there's a flag just before it got.
Yeah, we'll see what that call is, and that's around the 48-yard line near the Senator sideline.
64-yard punt.
Wow. Of course, on the season, Tate averaging about 42.5 yards per punt. I know he's up over that average with probably both of those punts so far tonight. The officials still discussing what's going to go on here as that Senator defense gets ready to go, and that Maumelle offense. And we'll be holding on the Hornets. So they're going to back up. No, they're not. Yeah, they're going to back up a little bit here.
Half the distance to the goal.
Yep, so they're going to be backed up deep. Will be at the. Is it going to be the 1? Yeah, but they will be backed up to the 1-yard line. Whew. Now they've had some moments, some flashes of success on offense, and they have 2:50 left to go, left to work with here in the first half. As the Jeopardy music plays, the Hornet offense looking to get set up. It's going to be 2 receivers on either side. The running back looks to be Jacob Henry. A little far from where we're at right here. Is the official going to spot the ball?
There it goes.
Yeah, actually it's not even the 1 yard line, it's the half-yard line. Play clock going down. Senator showing pressure. Reese backs off. Warrior under pressure. He escapes for the moment. He gets out of his own end zone and gets about a 10-yard pickup right there.
That was an interesting play call.
Yeah, I don't know if he exactly meant to run there, but he probably knew he was going to have to take off.
A lot of times on those half-yard, goal line plays, you a lot of times just see the ball handed off to kind of give yourself a little breathing room. But that seemed to be a passing play for Levi Warrior to be able to try and get out of.
Warrior. And they shut down the screen right there, and Caleb Smith comes from behind and makes the tackle after Warrior may have picked up a yard. There is a flag on the field.
I believe it's on Hakeem Frampton.
Holding possibly?
Get the Jeopardy music started one more time.
Yep, come on. We're ready to play some football. There's still the first half. There's the Jeopardy music. All right, there we go.
Whoa. Okay,
Holding defense. All right, you called it an hour ago, Will, and they got it there.
Had to think about it for a while, I guess.
Of course, you can see at the bottom of your screen, it goes off the butt. You can't really see, but there was holding over there somewhere. So play ready to resume 1st and 10 after, what could have been a very difficult drive, and Maumelle really benefiting from that penalty. What a catch! What a grab! Oh, incomplete, excuse me.
I think he went out of bounds. No, he didn't even come down with the ball.
Okay.
Really good defense out of Kyron Grimes.
I thought I saw him catch that ball, but like you said, excellent defense. I need to start bringing my binoculars because you can't see over there. I mean, this game has kind of come to a low level.
Very slow end of this first half.
It really is. They're ready to go. You're in shotgun formation. Warrior under pressure. He got it to Warrior. The brother-to-brother connection for a UAMS first down. Gets it inside of 2 minutes here in the first half. Warrior steps up. He tosses it to his running back, and he gets flipped up by Reese. Not much going for him there.
I think Jacob Henry kind of fumbled the ball a little bit, or bobbled it, I should say, and wasn't able to get anything going because it took him so long to get the ball in his possession.
Shotgun formation again for the Hornets. The DB step up. Warrior looking left over the middle and incomplete, broken up, but there's flags all over the field. The Senator sideline not happy. Yeah, I think Sally may have been on top of him a little soon. We'll see what the official call is.
It is, yeah.
Yep.
And a lot of the Hornets' yardage on this drive has been penalty yardage.
Yeah.
25 to be exact.
Wiley, the running back, to the left of his quarterback. He steps up as a receiver, and Warrior Benson got to his cousin again. Oh, my goodness. And that
the hug.
Oh, my good. Yep, yeah. It was a soft takedown right there. It wasn't anything egregious. Can't do family like that. And, of course,
you know, if you're the Warrior Benson family, or the Warrior family, we should say, do you cheer? Do you go, oh man, like what? How do you, or do you do both?
I guess you go, yeah, oh,
yeah, oh, yeah, oh, like back and forth.
Hand off to the running back. It's Wiley. Oh my goodness, what a hit by Caleb Smith. Brought him down easily. No gain on the play, and looks like we're going to have a timeout by Maumelle. Let's see what they cook up on 4th and long here. Will they actually punt the football today? We shall see. 35-0 is your score with 29 seconds remaining. While we have a second, let's hear from a sponsor. Who's it going to be? It's going to be UAMS Health. When orthopedic injuries happen, get expert care now. At UAMS Health Ortho Now, we provide fast, convenient care for all of your orthopedic needs, from sports injuries to joint pain and beyond. No appointment is needed. So walk in for immediate care, get on-site x-rays, and see the best in orthopedic care all in one place. Ortho Now is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Conveniently located at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Don't wait in pain. Walk in today. For more information, call 501-686-TOSH. That's 501-686-8674. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. 29 seconds remaining in the first half. Your Senators with a big lead early, and it's 3rd and 17 here. I thought it was 4th down. My mistake.
I think it did say that, to be fair.
Warrior under pressure again. Oh, man, again. It's another Senator sack. I believe that may have been Caleb Smith. Of course, Patterson also there. I believe it will be Smith and Patterson getting credit for the sack right there. Another big stop. And no motion on the sideline for the Hornets yet. Are they seriously going to go for it here?
I mean, there's only 2 seconds left.
Oh, that's right.
There's no seconds left, actually.
That's right. Okay, so that first half will come to an end. Your Senators with a miss. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, my God. And the Hornets will get the football to begin the second half. I don't know why we're taking a timeout right here. I mean, just let it go to the end of the half. So timeout with 1 second, so not quite halftime yet. This crowd getting a little anxious, ready to go get a hot dog. And the band waiting to head out onto the field as well.
Again, this has been a very slow last 3 minutes.
I know. And it's such a great night. The Senators have been just dialed in on both offense and defense. And yet, you're right. Of course, it's really been more like last 15 minutes have been really slow. You cannot get a game to come to this much of a lull in the last 3 minutes of just a game in general. Not at all.
Yeah.
So several Senators back deep. It's Todd Williams and Warrior Benson. Let's see what the Hornets do here. It's 4th and 17. And oh my gosh. Oh, it's on the defense. Come on now.
Yeah, it was my brain just blanked, Christopher.
I didn't see who it was. So
you're on your
own.
Patterson. I'm
okay.
sorry. My brain blanked.
So they're going to go for it here, and it's a special play. And, yeah, that's about right. Frampton making the stop.
The longest 1 second of your life is over.
And that will come to the end of one half. 35-0 is your score with the hometown Senators on top early. We will have 2 more quarters of senior night football here on the Robinson Sports Network, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Many people will experience orthopedic or spine issues in their lifetime, and the pain that goes along with that can make you feel, well, like a shadow of yourself. At the new Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, we are dedicated to providing Arkansans with a brighter future they deserve.
Now, thanks to UAMS Health, I am dancing through life.
Choose UAMS Health for a better state of health.
It's not just a house, it's a home, and it's part of the neighborhood, and of course part of the community. And you want to build stuff that they'll take pride in.
Well, that's where they're making their memories.
Yeah, that's right.
That's where they're raising their families.
Without the bank getting us to that next step, we can't do it.
It's nice to be able to call someone at the bank and say, hey, you've worked with us for all these years. This is what we're thinking about doing. Can we pull the trigger on this today? Oh, my stars. It is just so much easier to bank with First Community.
For All-State and for All-State tournament team members, the women's team was dominant in 2025. Our current team returns the state championship game MVP, Lauren Chapman, along with All-State players Macy Bell, Matt Cowell, and Claire Chapman from last year, and welcomes the most talented freshman class in school history. We would also like to recognize and congratulate freshman Ella Dietz, who recently represented our country on Team USA, competing in London, and scored the only goal as Team USA defeated England 1-0 in international play. Please join me in congratulating this talented team of state champions as they see their long-awaited state championship rings for the very first time. Arkansas At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to recognize the seniors on the Robinson cheer team. First is Captain Peyton Weathersby. Co-Captain Reagan Ferris. Co-Captain Reagan Craig. And Co-Captain Lily Babb. Give it up one more time for the Robinson High School cheerleaders.
Try to love, give it all we got. Finally at the table, and what a simple thought. You're sorry till you're not. All of the foes and all of the friends, messed up before, don't mess up again. Life is a song, it ends when it ends. Move on. Dog goes woof, cat goes meow, bird goes tweet, and mouse goes squeak. Cow goes moo, frog goes croak, and the elephant goes toot. Ducks and quack, and fish go blub, and the sea goes ow, ow, ow. But there's no sound that no one knows. What does the frog say? What does the frog say?
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of drum major John Stephen Dankovitz, presenting the final presentation of their 2025 show at the Copa, please welcome to the field your Joe T. Robinson High School Senator Sam Cook.
Hornets, and it's been a great year serving as the band's drum major. I just wanted to take a moment to represent the band and thank all of you for being an amazing audience during all of our halftime shows. I also feel the need to give a special thanks to the parents who have helped us with all of our needs to create this wonderful show. While on the topic of celebrating, I would also like to applaud the Maumelle Band for placing 6th in state in the marching competition this year. All of your hard work has definitely paid off. Senator Simon is proud of y'all. I can speak for all the seniors when I say that this has been an amazing 4 years, and I hope this program continues to thrive even after we leave. One more big thanks to the audience and the senior parents. Love you, Mom and Dad. Thanks, y'all.
And welcome back to the Robinson Sports Network. It is your Senators on top early, 35-0 through 2 quarters of action. I'm Chris Gay, your play-by-play commentator. This is Will Stafford,
Hey-o.
your color analyst, and we're hyped up for another half of action. And with it being 35-0, it should be a running clock for the entire second half. What a start for the Senators. Well, the Hornets will have the football to start out the second half as William Tate is out there to kick this football off. And Will, this Hornet offense has had good moments. They just haven't been able to string something together and come away with the score. They've gotten close a few times, but that Senator defense prevails, and we'll see what they can do here. Wiley, one of the Hornets, back to receive, along with Christian Jackson.
Maybe this half will be a little faster. Talked to a few fans here and there.
Yeah.
Felt like they all agreed it felt like a very long second quarter.
We'll see if that can get a little quicker here. It's going to be Jackson, and he is tackled down. Oh, guess who? That's Damon Sally. He's outside of Warrior Benson with 2 sacks in this game. He has been the defensive MVP. I mean, he's been the special teams MVP for sure for the Senators. And now Levi Warrior in that offense out on the field. Let's see what they can do here. Looks like a lot of new faces on the defensive side for the Senators. 2 corners, Aaron McAdory, the senior, and Aaron Freeman.
See Isaac Smith out there, the sophomore.
Yeah, Henry Kimbrough, who's played pretty well this year. Zach Compton along the D-line. Trayshawn King, Aiden Scott, Matthew Mocha. Jake Witten out there as well, along with Damon Sally. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be Kutoff. And he's not going to get a few yards. He got about 4 right there. Katouf getting the handoff. And let's see how many yards they give him. It's going to be 6-yard gain for the senior running back, his first stats of the night.
Not too surprising that you see some new faces on here. They're not going to get many more opportunities in the next at least game, possibly 2 or 3.
And Mocha!
Another one.
Untouched off that line. Big tackle for a loss for the big-time edge rusher. What a game for Matthew Mocha. His 3rd tackle for a loss of the
second sack, right?
Second tackle for loss, of the season for the junior. Expect big things from him in the future. It is 3rd down and 10. Not shotgun formation. Yeah, it is shotgun formation. Warrior over the middle, caught by Martin, and they have the UAMS first down, finally brought down by Jake Witten.
And once again, those 3rd and longs come back to bite Robinson.
2 receivers far side, 1 on the near side. It's going to be handoff to the running back, and he's not going to get he'll get pushed a little bit. Trayshawn King came in behind and made the stop. That was Katouf. I'll get it right. But he had the carry, and he'll head off the field limping a little bit here. And going to see a new face in that running back core for the Hornets. It's going to be number 20, Winchell Wiggins, the 5'10 sophomore. Plays some defense as well. He's yet to record an offensive stat this year, but it's 2nd and 7. Let's see if he does. Yep, he'll get the handoff right here, and he won't get a whole lot, maybe a yard or 2, after getting stopped by, I believe that was Lennox Campos.
A Hornet down.
Aiden
Scott.
Scott.
Right
It was Jalen Harris. He's up, and they sent another offensive lineman on the field to replace him. That's number 52, Preston Kelly, the 6'3", 265-pound junior. Shotgun formation for the Hornets. It's third down. Warrior under pressure, and he was trying to get it outside to his running back, Wiggins. Could not complete it. Falls incomplete. Fourth down. Let's see what the Hornets do. I think they're going to go for it right here at the 41-yard line.
And what do you have to lose right now? The clock will continue running no matter what. So, I mean, other than maybe an injury, God forbid that. But, I mean, what else do you do? You need to find some sort of momentum, and so far Maumelle hasn't been able to do that at all.
Warrior looking, running for his life, Mocha and Compton, and he's got to throw. Freeman! Tackled out of bounds by Warrior, but what an interception. Aaron Freeman having a great season so far. Pick number 2 for the sophomore.
And that's pick number 2 for the defense tonight. Pick number 2 for Levi Warrior. I mean, this defense has been, I don't even think the words lights out really encompasses how good this defense has been.
Of course, Frampton had the interception earlier tonight. A 103-yard pick 6. And that starting offense still out on the field for the Senators. Do get to see a player we haven't seen a whole lot this season, but actually it's going to be the freshman, Eli Stogsdill, He's on the field as kind of an extra receiver. Of course, it was a screen pass there, incomplete, second down.
I do want to say you probably won't see much more of Deuce Williams in this game, more than likely.
Probably not at all.
Because we have talked to Coach Up. He is it's not severe injuries. It's just one of those things, protect the body as much as possible, because we did see him go out. I believe, who was that against? It was here at home. Can't remember, but he did go down with an injury.
Yeah.
But it's something that Coach Up and the rest of the coaching staff has been paying attention to as much as possible.
Cunningham up the middle. He stumbles. Did he get a first down?
We'll see.
Yeah, he may have been just short. But Cunningham hadn't gotten a lot of work today. He was a yard short, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. Scott will come in as an extra blocker. Of course, seen a few faces that are a little different on that offensive line. Peyton Cobb has really been that 6th man for the offensive line. He's coming in at right tackle. Along with number 52, Blaze Anderson playing some right guard. Handoff to Cunningham, working off the left side. He's got the UAMS first down and maybe about a yard more. Or Simpson still the quarterback out there. Jayden Boston and C.J. Bryan along with Sheriff Wolf, still the 3 starting offensive linemen. Along with Warrior Benson and Frampton. And
so there might have been an offsides there. There's a false start. I always forget. False start?
It's going to be offsides.
Yeah, so there might have been a slight offsides there. Just a little.
Yeah, just a little bit. Only he was already in the Senators' backfield when they threw the flag. Will be 1st and 5 with 4:45 left to play in the third quarter. Well, automatically, this is a lot quicker of a quarter.
We're already to the under 5-minute mark.
Well, that's what happens when it's a running clock for the entire second half, and even with penalties, doesn't slow down the game much. Simpson looking to throw. Throwing deep here, Warrior Benson, and incomplete. It was really good coverage there by the Hornets. Number 22, Carson Brister, the senior corner.
A very good pass. I think Warrior Benson just got a little behind it, or to the wrong side of it, I should say. We haven't seen a lot of that from Josiah Warrior Benson. Like those specific plays, most of his touchdowns have come from very short passes, and he creates the space. But in this case, Reese Simpson almost had a nice touchdown strike to him.
On second down, it's going to be Cunningham. Oh, he's got a lot of room to run off the left side, off the sideline. He's going all the way. There's flags on the field, but for now, touchdown, Senators. Cunningham fighting in the end zone for the first time tonight.
Bryson Cunningham was celebrating, and he turned around, and nobody was moving. He's not happy.
Not happy at all. Yeah, not happy right there, as that will be backed up. Trenton Coleman coming onto the field, one of the seniors. He mostly plays corner, but hadn't played a whole lot this year. But he will be playing some receiver as well as Trey Petty also, and Braylon Brown coming out on the field. They haven't spotted the ball yet.
This has been a problem today.
Shotgun formation. Cunningham to the right of his quarterback, Simpson. Simpson looking to pass over the middle. He's got Warrior Benson. Warrior Benson looking to make something happen. Warrior Benson mauls a man, and he's down inside the 10.
I thought he was going to score there.
Yeah, it looked like a touchdown the way he was moving, but he'll have another chance of that here in just a second. It will be 1st and 10, actually 1st and goal from the 10.
I don't know if you can hear the air horns when Josiah Warrior Benson does something, but
yeah, that's his family right there, and they pretty much have an entire section of the stadium.
I think they have like 3 rows down there.
They probably do. Of course, our good friend Adam Smith, along with his fiance Taylor, down there with that section, as well as Cunningham.
Man, he almost pulled himself all the way.
Inside the 3. Of course, you guys may remember Adam Smith was our honorary color commentator a few weeks ago. I think it was maybe our last time at home.
Yeah,
it feels like it's been forever. When was that? That was, oh my goodness, October 3rd against Jacksonville. So it's been over a month since we've been, of course, you guys got to listen to Jake Hall doing the play-by-play last week. Of course, he's with Maumelle. He's not having a very good night so far, but he's with the Maumelle side, and appreciate Jake for stepping in when we were out last week. But, of course, we are always happy to be back. And Simpson going to be short pass and broken up by the Hornets. That was Darius Glover, the sophomore, making a really clutch play. That would have been a touchdown if he hadn't broken up that pass, and now it's 3rd and goal. They're trying to get the senior, Warrior Benson, a touchdown on senior night. We'll see if they can do it one more time.
Got some Let's Go Senators.
And it's going to be Cunningham, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Senators score again, first time as the 3rd quarter clock goes down. So they're going to kick the extra point attempt right now. The first Community Bank point after attempt. William Tate out there, Lennox Campos to hold. C.J. Bryant, the snapper. So the first Community Bank is up, and it is a sure thing. Your score, 42-0. Take another look at that Bryce Young Cunningham rushing touchdown. Cunningham, of course, looks better and better every game. 3rd rushing touchdown of the season for the junior. And him and Petty, they're going to have to compete for that starting running back job next season. You know, I'm really interested in what this team looks like next year. You're losing 13 seniors and some big-time players. You know, Deuce Williams, your superstar running back. Josiah Warrior Benson, your star wide receiver. You're also losing, trying to see who else. Dominio Patterson, your star left tackle and defensive tackle. You're losing C.J. Bryant, who's been a great left guard. You lose Jaden Boston, who stepped up his first season as a starting offensive tackle. There's just so many great seniors part of this team. Like I said, Dominio Patterson and Lennox Campos coming off the edge, along with Caleb Smith. You lose Tank Reese, you lose Jackson Redmond, two phenomenal. Can I say it again? Phenomenal linebackers. And then, of course, Deuce Williams plays safety. Then you lose Josh Gillette, Trenton Coleman, Damon Sally, Aaron McAdory. Some great players who have contributed all season long. But we salute all of them. They've been fantastic this season. I want to see Elijah Green get out there. Another one of the seniors being honored tonight. Hadn't really played much this season, so hopefully he can get in and make a play. Plays both wide receiver and defensive back. Tate's going to be kind of a short kick, and it will go right to Wiggins. Wiggins looking to take it himself. A pretty decent return out there. Actually, that was Elijah Green, one of the Senators, helping to make a tackle right there, along with, I believe that was William Moore.
I believe you called Jaden Boston a senior. I do not think that that's the case.
Oh, he's not a senior?
I do not believe so.
Oh, hold on, 58.
58?
Yeah, let's see. Oh, my bad. All right. Well, I have it wrong on my sheet. So, Jaden Boston, you got a shout out. You're not a senior, so you're back next year. But, I mean, that is one of those guys that's going to be a really important part of that offensive line next year. He probably will play some D-line as well, especially you got to fill the hole left by Dominio Patterson. And it's going to be the backup quarterback out on the field for the Hornets, as that's going to be a tackle for loss. Mocha, one of the Senators, in to make the stop. He's having a heck of a game.
About to say, he's going crazy tonight.
Yeah, Evan Wallace, the freshman quarterback, making just, I believe, his fourth appearance of the season. A lot of different Hornets on the field now. Of course, Wiggins still the running back. Number 12, Darius Glover, plays mostly defense, but has a catch this year. He's out there at wide receiver, along with number 24, Montavious Brooks. And he's going to take off himself. Wallace gets a couple of yards, maybe about 3 or 4 right there. We'll bring up third down.
I'm going to give a big shout-out to everybody out there watching right now as well. Thursday night, not a Friday night.
No, we appreciate it. I know it probably threw a couple people for a curve right there, but we do appreciate you tuning in for this senior night broadcast. You know, of course, it's not just the last regular season game for the Senators. It's the last regular season game for the Hornets, and so all their seniors as well. Of course, they were honored at their last home game, but their last regular season road game as well. It's a nice completion to Glover right there. Just the second catch of the year, and he turns that into a UAMS first down. Looked like he was for sure going to be tackled behind the line to go or line to gain, but he made something right there.
It's a nice first down there. He had a lot of time as well. Scrambled just a tad, but was able to complete the pass on the move.
Yeah, Evan Wallace looking like a pretty solid quarterback right here, and that's not going to go very far at all.
And guess who else?
That was Matthew Mocha. My goodness. I may have a new defensive MVP after this game. We shall see how the rest of this contest goes.
Can you really give it to one specific person, though?
No, it's that entire defense. Two receivers. Far side, one on the near side. It's going to be Wiggins stopped. Oh, he keeps going. Wiggins still on his feet, short of the first down, but big pickup there.
That's an impressive run right there.
I thought he was for sure stopped around the original line of scrimmage, but nice run by the young man. They're going quick here. It's third and short. They're wanting to go. 8 minutes left to play in the ball game. Handoff again to Wiggins. He's definitely got the first down and a little bit more. He got it to about the 30. So about 7 or 8 yard gain for Wiggins.
Nice breeze going over the field right now, too. Feels amazing outside,
It still
man.
feels like a fantastic fall evening.
I don't think that'll last much longer.
No, I think it's supposed to get colder.
I think it's supposed to hit on Sunday or Monday or something like that.
Well, enjoy it while you can, folks. And maybe get outside. There's no Razorback game this week. No reason for you guys to be cooped up. Shovel pass to the receiver, and Evan Hill will finally get him down right there.
Is a Razorback game really worth getting cooped up for this year?
As a heartbroken Razorback fan, but a desperate Razorback fan, maybe.
No and yes.
Kellen Lyons, that was the junior, getting the UAMS first down right there. Now this Hornet offense rolling with the second unit as Kutoff is not going to get much right there. He'll stumble for maybe getting back to the original line of scrimmage. Actually, they're going to say lost maybe half a yard.
Shout out to Jennifer in chat, watching from Minnesota for Deuce Williams.
Minnesota!
Watching for Deuce. 3 touchdowns on the night. I think probably upwards of 200 yards.
Yeah, it's got to be close. You won't see him for the rest of the half, unfortunately, but you'll see him in the playoffs, that's for sure.
He might not leave the field.
Well, it depends on how they play in the playoffs. Kutoff, positive run right there. Hasn't done a whole lot in this game. He's really been stopped behind the 6 several times. It's going to be third down now for the Hornets. Let's see what this young offensive group does right here. 2 receivers on that far side, 1 on the near side. It's Glover. He had a big first down catch a few plays ago, so keep an eye on him. Will be a handoff to the running back this time, but stopped in his tracks. Jake Witten pushes him to the turf. A big stop, forcing fourth down, and a big tackle for loss by the young safety.
Man, and when you watch this second unit for this Robinson defense, you can be nothing but hopeful and excited about where the program is headed and what hands they're in, because this defensive side of this ball is incredible.
Wallace running left. It's fourth down. He's got to do something. Incomplete. He was chased down by Kimbrough, and that is once again, something we've seen several times tonight.
Deep in territory.
Well, and turnover on downs.
Yeah.
I think that maybe
I don't think they've punted.
Nope.
No, they have once. They have once because it was the bad snap.
That's right. They were like, never again.
Yeah.
So let's just turn it over. 4 turnover on downs, 2 interceptions. So 6 turnovers by the Hornet offense. Definitely not a recipe of success when you're coming into your rivalry matchup. And now backup quarterback for the Senators on the field. Well, I was going to say it was Jake Zanhin, and unless he's changed his jersey number, he's usually 18. Now it's 17. Solid run up the middle.
It has been 17 in practice, so that is
Oh,
Jake.
really?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so that is Jake Zanhin, even though that's kind of confusing because Josiah Warrior-Benson's also number 17.
Yeah.
Didn't think that you could have 2 offensive players the same jersey number. Maybe I'm wrong. But William Moore, the running back, coming into the game, just 4 rushing attempts on the year, and that maybe, I think that's, and he fumbles the football. And
Maumelle does come up with that ball.
The Hornets have the football. So unfortunate fumble for the Senators, and Maumelle may actually have a chance to score right here. Of course, they turned it over the last time they were on this side of the field. Let's see if Evan Wallace and company can do the same as you get another look at that fumble right there. Nice forced fumble. I believe that may have been number 23. That is 23, Jared Lambert, the junior linebacker, forcing the fumble. And Wallace fumbles the football, but I think he got right back on top of it as Kimbrough laid a big hit.
And again, this defense, both the first unit and second unit have been just unbelievable this game. So in chat, actually, we'll let this play develop here.
Second and long.
Maybe we won't.
Yeah, well. Yeah, what were you saying, Will?
So in chat, Ryan has told us that since 2000, Robinson is 13-2-1 versus Oak Grove / Maumelle. Oak Grove closed down and merged with Maumelle. Their only wins were in 2008 and 2011. This is about to turn into 14-2-1.
Wow.
So dominance from Robinson in the past 13 years. 14 years?
Wallace going deep, looking for Glover. Incomplete, but a flag on the field in coverage for the Senators.
I think both of them were holding each other, though.
That was the senior Josh Gillette getting some extended time on defense here. It was physical. Of course, in that situation, the refs are almost always going to side with the offense. As you can take another look, it was a nice ball thrown by Wallace. I couldn't really see it, but a lot of contact from the Senator side.
And Chris, minute 20, Robinson is going to lock up the number 1 seed for the playoffs.
Absolutely. Wait, you couldn't have said it earlier?
Well, I mean,
when they had the running clock earlier?
Well, you know.
Yeah, they will, and they will be a number 1 seed in the playoffs. Just incredible this season, as that's going to be incomplete right there for Wallace. It's actually Evan Hill for the Senators came up hobbling right there. Or, no, maybe lost a shoe, I'm not sure. But man, what a performance for the Senators. Left no doubt after 1 quarter of play. Now with a 42-0 lead as the clock ticks down from 36. The Hornets maybe have one more play in them. Let's see what they can do right here. And looking for the end zone, and incomplete. It's broken up. I believe that may have been Jake Witten making another solid play on defense, and that will bring up 4th down.
And for a Maumelle team who came up 1 touchdown short against a very good Searcy team, shut out in this game.
And they're going to go one more play if they hurry, and they will not get the ball snapped in time. And that is all she wrote. Your Senators complete the perfect, may I say again, the perfect regular season. 10-0, undefeated in conference play. No one could touch them. Your Senators are going to the playoffs. They will be a number 1 seed, and they will not be playing anywhere else but in Little Rock for the postseason. We love to see it. Let's talk about some playoff matchup. Is that what you have in front of you? Let's talk about it, Will.
So Robinson is going to end as the 1st seed. Now,
obviously,
tomorrow Searcy will be playing. That will make it a little
Searcy,
different.
Well,
so
Searcy blew out BB.
Yeah, did that happen tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, so Searcy is going to be the number 2 seed then, if that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be Robinson number 1, Searcy number 2. It's going to be Maumelle number 3, and I believe it's going to be BB at number 4 because Pine Bluff.
Well, the Searcy game's not over yet, but they have a 29.
Searcy will win in 2 minutes.
They have a 29-point lead.
So yeah, that's going to be Robinson, Searcy, Maumelle, and BB in that order from the 5A Central. At the current moment, I don't believe Camden Fairview has played their last game of the regular season. However, I believe, so Camden Fairview is going to most likely be that South 4 seed. So at the current moment, barring any incredible things, your Robinson Senators will be taking on Camden Fairview. Who are they? Cardinals? Are they the Cardinals?
Yep.
Yeah. So they will be taking on the Camden Fairview Cardinals next week on Friday night, right here in Little Rock. So that's a very big get for Robinson. Again, Maumelle, a really good season so far. They will continue on. If they do end up being the 3 seed, they will be on the opposite side of the bracket. Yeah, against South number 2, which is going to look like either Lakeside or Little Rock Parkview. So,
well, let's think about it. All right, let's think. All right, what if?
Right.
What if Robinson moves on? Who do you think we could see in that second round?
So you're either going to be playing the West number 2 seed or the East number 2 seed, which would be, I apologize, we're kind of, so it will either be Harding Academy or Batesville in that East 3 seed, and in the West it will either be Farmington or Morrilton. So you're looking at one of 4 teams. We won't know 100% until tomorrow. If you want to keep updated on that, first of all, a good place to check is Hootens.com. But also, you can follow me and Chris on Twitter, or on X, I apologize.
Yeah.
I will be trying my best to keep up with all of it over the next 24 or 48 hours. So if you want to follow me there, that's Will Stafford. I will be trying to update. I will also be posting highlights of this game. There's plenty to go around.
Oh, yeah.
But it looks like Camden Fairview will be the team that Robinson will play. The only 2 teams that are locked in are going to be Hot Springs and Valley View. Now, both of those teams are on the opposite side of the bracket due to being number 1 seeds. Or I believe. I apologize if I'm wrong.
We could see Hot Springs.
You could see Hot Springs in the semis. Very possible.
But nothing, of course. We won't know until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like you said, what we will see in the playoffs, and we'll know the exact seeding for the Senators. Like you said, you can follow him on social media. You can also follow me on X, CRGay2024. I'm out there as well. Will gets to it first. I'll probably just repost what he does. But thank you all for tuning in. What's up?
We didn't give player of the game.
Well, I know. I'm getting there. I was just thinking.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I think multiple times. Had to get the first one out there. So, Will, I'll let you go first. All right. Before overall, offense, defense.
Do you want to do offense or defense, and we can split it?
Okay, that's fine.
What do you want?
You know what? I'm going to go defense. I'm going to go with I'm going to go first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with my guy, Matthew Mocha.
Yeah,
that guy had a career game, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. Oh, wait,
okay. It will be Parkviewed. It will probably be.
Okay, so what the public address announcer is explaining right now, we could be playing Lakeside,
Parkview.
Yep, Parkview
or Camden Fairview.
Now,
again, it's very highly possible that it will be Camden Fairview. I gotta check what these Week 10 ones look like, what these Week 10 games look like. I believe, and yeah, so it's actually going to kind of depend on if Hot Springs Lakeside can beat Hot Springs.
That's already a rivalry. And,
it's a hard one, but it would. I believe if I'm looking at this correctly, it would be based on if Lakeside loses and Camden Fairview wins. If Camden Fairview wins, then we will most likely be playing Lakeside. Most likely.
Now, for those of you that were around last year,
oh man, that's a fun one.
You may remember Lakeside here in the semifinals. That was a close loss for the Senators, knocked them out of the playoffs. And, of course, those 2 teams have already met this season. Like last year, Robinson got the victory in the regular season in a non-conference matchup. Could they do it again? Could they meet in the playoffs again for the 2nd year in a row? We'll see. And, of course, Parkview, the reigning 5A state champs, not as high up there as they've been.
No.
They're not a clear number 1 lock. We'll see. We'll definitely see about that.
Anyway, I apologize. Offensive MVP.
Yeah.
You got to give it. It's hard not to give it to Deuce Williams. I mean, on offense specifically, we really only saw mostly offense in the first half, and it was all Deuce, right? And then the other 2 touchdowns before the very end there with Bryson Cunningham were both defensive touchdowns. About 103-yard pick six, and
that's true, yeah.
touchdown or a fumble recovery scoop and score.
Yeah,
so
Redmond,
you got to probably give it to Deuce. It's very difficult to give it to anybody else, and it's nothing against anybody else. It's just that Deuce was the offense in the first half, and that's what kind of pulled us to that 21-0
3 touchdowns
start.
in the first quarter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I don't blame you for that one, but overall MVP, that's tough because Deuce played essentially one half.
Yeah.
And he still had 3 touchdowns.
You know what? To me, I think we can make it easy and just say defense.
Okay.
Because honestly, to me, that is the shining star of this game. There wasn't one specific player that I felt did more than another. I feel like the defense as a whole was just probably the best it's looked all year, and that's including second string.
Well, this is a Maumelle offense that came into the game, of course, averaging about 30 points a game, but Levi Warrior was completely shut down through 2 interceptions, totaling now 9 on the year. He was coming into this game with 23 passing touchdowns, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and of course, we'd already seen him have 2 5-touchdown games this year, not too long ago, set a single-game Maumelle passing record. So shutting him down was a priority, and they did. At the very least, they contained him because he still made some great plays. And so that was definitely a big-time key. And then, of course, the run game never quite got going. And then, of course, those dynamic receivers never got going because that Senator defensive line was always in the backfield. So you're right. That defense definitely is our overall MVP. But our MVPs from all season long are you guys. You guys have been tuning in. This is why we do this, is for you guys to tune in every single week. We appreciate it. We love the loyalty. We love the fan interaction here in person or digitally here in the comments section. Thank you all again for tuning in. And we have playoffs. The season's not over. Regular season has come to a close. Like I said, it has been a perfect season for the Senators. 10-0, 7-0 in conference. The Hornets fall to 6-4, 5-2 in the 5A Central. So we'll see who the playoff matchup is. Keep an eye out for tomorrow's games. That will be interesting.
I'll certainly be watching.
Absolutely. Well, until then, we'll see you next week. It'll be here. We'll see who it's against. But until then, please be safe out there. Have a great evening. God bless. And go Senators!